Hi there.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Morning. Afternoon,
Or
evening.
afternoon. If I'm not mistaken, these guys are in your time zone. Your people,
Oh,
my bad.
crazy. My
Hello,
people.
Aussies.
My people.
Hello, Australia.
Hello, fellow paid actors.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for the raid. That's awesome.
What a good way to start the stream. Feel
So-
loved now.
Welcome to a Book of Time. We are down a few people, but that's fine. Yeah. Let's just go straight to recaps and announcements. Callie, what you got for us?
We leveled.
Huge, if true. I'm gonna take all your levels away.
Stat block says we leveled.
Your fuck's going down to level 1.
Could you imagine every time
deserve
you
it.
go unconscious if we went down a level? It'd be like negative 10 levels. Serenia would be nothing.
Primordial ooze.
Out of existence. The primordial slug. Alright.
She would
Chris,
just be functional.
what you got for us, Chris?
Yeah, we did level. I rolled a 1 on my hit points to level up, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Because I'm a barbarian. I can deal
the
with that shit.
Valen curse.
Yeah, we beat the fuck out of some people in a room. Got the Book of Time. It's not happy about it.
Crazy.
True.
Book's unhappy. Who would have thunk it? Tay.
Hi. We had some off-camera discourse that's going to carry over, I promise you, on how the hell we're gonna handle this book. This book is spicy. You have spicy opinions.
Very good. Nikki, fill in the rest.
Here we go. All right. We're in a room with no doors and no windows. The keeper's there. He tells us to leave. We don't. Then we hit him real hard, and then he dies. And then 4 people show up, and then the keeper's also coming back. Then we kill all of them. Then we get a book. Book does not want to be held. We do anyway. Ambrose can't read the book, so he has it. Also, it has his mom inside. Everybody has some weird dreams. The curator is killing the world and has the book in his hands. We are trying to decide what to do with the book in the apartment in Seoul. Seoul is covered in ash. But it's back to being warm, so that's good. That's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, the party managed to successfully defeat the Keeper and steal the Book of Time. The Book of Time itself is very unhappy about it.
Everybody drink.
Great
and,
emoji got approved. We're celebrating.
I did mine as you were making me do it.
Jackson left the party to go and do some research back home. And yeah, the party has been having some interesting ethical discussion about what to do with the book.
Ethical discussion.
Yeah, so we pick back up. Party had just gone to sleep. You awaken with a new weight across all of you. This sort of... It's hard to explain. It's just, there's a weight as though you've got just a heavy heart. And it's almost a little bit harder to breathe for each of you. And you awaken. This place is the same that you left it. There is the briefcase on the table. Yeah, there is a briefcase on the table. The wards sort of fade away in the morning as Serenia wakes up. Yeah, these wards of alarm sort of fade away. The briefcase appears untouched. And yeah, one by one, you all sort of wake up, ready to continue on. Sort of, as you all make your way sort of back into the sort of dining, lounging area, where you had all left the book, you will find a couple pieces of paper. There is one that has been folded and left with the name Ambrose scrawled across it in rather refined handwriting. And the other is just directed to the party, the rest of them. So what we have, both in the same handwriting, I am going to... Okay, I'll put this in the discussion oracles.
A good place to start putting handouts.
That's
I'm gonna
smart.
do that.
Smart.
Look at you, big brain energy. It's because it's
So
not
this-
ass o'clock for you.
This is from Jackson Blackshine. Presumably he left it before he left. This other one, though, is labeled for Ambrose. I will send directly to Nikki.
Audacity of this bitch.
Thanks for the weeks
no.
or months, whichever is more appropriate.
I like the fact that no one knows how long it's been. It's great.
We spent 3 months on a boat, so I know it's been longer than 3 months.
Yeah, literally though.
Yes, but the question is, did you go back in time or forward?
What?
Um,
What do you...
Didn't make that a thought in my head till now. Question for the DM.
Yo.
We visited Jackson's dad like ever so briefly. That was in Seoul, right? Like I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was not perfect.
But I don't think that he was supposed to be there because Jackson was supposed to be running Blackshine Alchemical. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And his dad showed up to like fix the shit that he
Yes.
didn't do.
Because Serenia has an idea, but this will come up later.
She's gonna fuck his dad.
Guys, listen. That is her MO. She's a dad fucker. How do you think she paid for the house? All dads all the time.
Get it? Did you send that picture to everybody? Cause daddy pretty. Anyway,
What I said. I asked if they needed to be if they wanted an adoptee. Are they looking for another child?
Anyway, continuing. Yeah, you've all received these letters,
they're just like hanging out on the table, right?
pretty much. Where, like, next to where Serenia's set these warding, like, alarm runes.
So Ambrose comes into the dining area, wrapping an apron around his back, tying it behind his back, and says, "How do y'all take your eggs? I feel like I should know this already, but since we got a real kitchen this time, I can."
Don't think we have any eggs, Ambrose. Anything in that storage is well off.
I brought my own.
We've already been to the market.
Yeah, I got up real early. All of them were covered in ash, so I had to, wipe them down a little bit. But
See the
we don't
meat
eat the
bun
outside
man.
of the egg anyway.
See the meat bun man. It's back outside.
No, I didn't go that far. I just stood outside and said, "Did anybody got any eggs?" And then somebody gave me some eggs.
Oh, there's letters, by the way. It's for Ambrose, and the one is, I'm guessing, for the rest of us.
One's for me.
Ambrose is special. There's a bit of an eye roll. But she passes the letter to Ambrose and then reads the one to all of us out loud. Left us in the middle of the night. Spoiler alert.
I feel like I would have
Yeah,
seen him
Brad.
go because I don't
You
sleep.
don't sleep?
But I
I did dream though.
he did dream. However, he may not have realised that he was going. He's just walked into the room, popped down a ladder, and just walked out
Just
the door.
time
like,
lapsed.
See when you get back.
Is
Alright.
Snaros in the room?
Yeah.
Ambrose opens his letter and then looks down at it and nods sagely. And then looks up at you, says, "This is probably very important, but so I figure I should share it around."
Okay.
He hands it to you. And goes back to making eggs.
How big, as like Serenia like peeks inside the briefcase, what is like the rough dimensions of the Book of Time?
I believe I said it was A4.
Yes, we had this.
Oh yeah,
conversation.
because
Yeah.
Canada lives in a strange place with no A's.
Yeah.
We just called them inches.
So,
Size
yeah,
matters here.
it's-
Hey, can I get
It's about,
63 inches of paper, please? What the fuck?
So it's
Yeah, like
around I think it's around 12 inches,
8.5 by 11.
something like that.
After reading the letter, did it seem like Ambrose really knew anything about the letter itself?
Not a word.
Okay.
Can't read it.
He
Yeah,
knows it's
she-
his name.
So can she pick up that he can't read? Is basically my question.
When he looks up at you and says, like, when he nods sagely at the paper, his eyes aren't doing the reading motion. He's just staring at it. And then he
Okay.
looks up at, he like, not processing.
So she won't share it, but she'll come into the kitchen with him. Kind of just pat him on the shoulder. Ambrose,
Mm-hmm.
would you like me to read the letter to you?
Sure. How do you take your eggs?
Scrambled, please.
Ah, you got it. He goes into his mess kit and gets a fork and just starts like whipping in the kitchen. Well, she reads.
Put it in the kitchen. I know that's funny. Yeah, she'll read the letter to him. You know, on the lower side, like not trying to be loud about it. But talkative.
Ambrose is like sniffling. Alright, that sounds nice. Alright. Thanks.
All right. So, what's next?
Jackson left a pile of stuff with Serenia last night. One of them is a very small bottle of like a grayish liquid, and he explicitly told her it wasn't a potion. It was a coating for like a military-ish weapon. Did she like spend a few minutes looking at that and trying to like see if there's any inclination in her brain that she knows the purpose of this or what it's good for? I mean, she probably doesn't, but like your girl's stretching here.
Yeah. You're not proficient in alchemy stuff, are you?
No, but I do know somebody who is.
Okay.
So I will probably.
And do you have proficiency in Arcana? You're a wizard. That's a stupid question. Do you have proficiency in Arcana?
Yes, I do
Okay.
have proficiency in Arcana.
Cool. In that case, make me an Arcana check, but with disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage.
While that's going on.
Still
just
pretty
one-
good.
Staros is helping Ambrose cook. That's what she's doing. right now.
21.
Cool. How much? Sorry.
21.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So, when Jackson received this, these potions, from when he visited the family business, it was told to him that it is essentially just a coating for a weapon.
Okay, she'll keep that in the bag. While you guys eat, I'm gonna go see if I can find a box for this thing. Does anyone else need anything while I'm out and about? No funds are tight and can't really afford much, but anyone need
Hose.
anything? A hose.
Bread.
Bread?
I've got some funds if you need a hand, and Mary chucks a pouch at you with 100
you.
gold pieces in it.
Thank you.
It's all my
Mary,
money.
do you need anything from the shop?
I got no wants and needs.
Blood box, arrows, bread. Right.
Like a crusty bread, you know, that
Seeds
should
or
be
no
fluffy on the
seeds?
inside. Like if you squeeze it, it should crunch, but still be soft on the inside.
Yes.
Don't go around squeezing bread. Bakers don't like that so much. I learned, but you know,
Just grab
Papa
them
always said,
gently.
yeah, just gentle squeeze. Yeah, you know.
Alright, I can do that. And she's gonna really quickly break some bones and turn her skin inside out, pulling her own hair back and flipping her flesh and like sinew out, and turn into a very simple black-haired human girl before starting outside.
Okay.
Bye.
Can I get perception checks from everyone? Besides Serenia.
13.
Eight. Appropriate.
Cool. Kelly, what did you get?
I can't find my D20. That's what I got. There we go. Just a D20. Doesn't matter which one. Fuck is that number? 16. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, and what'd you get? What'd you get, Chris?
13. Got worse than my
What'd you get,
passive.
Nikki?
I got the exact as my passive.
What'd you get, Nikki?
8.
Okay. Everyone, Ambrose is too busy cooking in the kitchen, but everyone else, you realize that as Serenia sort of begins shifting and changing her appearance, there is a tentacle sticking out from underneath, sort of like on her side, as she quickly shifts her form.
When I shift, is the tentacle gone?
No.
Good. She would make sure to wrap her cloak tighter.
Cool.
Still learning basic human biology, and especially knowing that this one seems to pull her skin inside and turn to other people unfazed. Makes no difference. Might as well be there.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, you were heading off to go and try and buy stuff.
Yeah. You don't have to play it out. I'm looking for a lead box that will fit. Book of Time. Wild. I'm looking for a quiver of arrows, a quiver's worth of arrows, and a loaf of crusty bread. And I would also take a cheeky stop off at a magic store, whether I have to like detour towards the mark, find a spell scroll that we talked about.
Cool. You can find the spell scroll, the bread, the quiver. You stop off at several stores. You can't find any particular lead boxes, but what you do realize across as you go across the city, there's a few people who are sort of just pointing that that's like something that you'd have to commission a blacksmith to make for you.
Serenia would return home with that information. She would head right back.
We'll just say scroll, bread. We'll say 55 gold covers the lot.
Honey's I'm home. Ed?
Oh, great! The eggs are done.
They've
come on,
been
everybody,
cooking for
stick
a long
around.
time.
I've been cooking for so long. These eggs are so dry.
Slow cooked
dry.
eggs, my favorite.
You've made powdered eggs that you then have to add moisture to and
reconstitute
reheat.
them.
Yeah.
Preparing
I
to take
cast
them on the
create
road with
water.
us.
What probably happened was Natos trying to help, probably burn an egg or two, and Ambrose probably had to no, help her.
It's great. Those will be my eggs. He wouldn't correct you at all. Those are
Not let
mine.
him take them. She wouldn't dodge. She's like, "No, I got
Loaves
this."
of bread on the counter.
I like mine a little burned. Literally lie to him.
Passes like a bundle of 20 arrows to Snaros. Darling, here you go. And this. She slams it on the table. Out the box. The commissioned piece. I don't think we have time for that, do we?
I don't know, theoretically, thinking logically, as a machine that's seen things be made, how long would it take for some motherfucker to just weld some bits of lead together in like a box shape?
It's more that lead isn't exactly a material commonly used for tool building. So it would be more tracking down the lead to do it and then like forging the lead into a box. Particularly a box that can be opened and closed.
We have a box for it. Don't we have that box with a handle on it that Hoss always carries around?
Ah, yes, his lead briefcase.
We could just line the inside of the briefcase with some lead. Fuck it, let's botch job this thing.
MacGyver.
Yeah, we don't even need
Marigold.
we don't even need it to be open. If we ever want to get it out, I'll just smash it. It's like a one-time use box.
Would you look at this?
Such a barbarian way to make something.
I'm
It's
embracing
one time use and then you smash it.
I'm embracing my class.
Serenia like passes the protective coating from Black Shine Alchemicals to Mary. Can you look at this? I've been staring at it most of the night and I can't figure out what it does for the life of me.
I'm going to attempt to stare at this and see if that illuminates any potential properties of what this thing is.
Yeah, make me a make me a intelligence check with advantage and proficiency.
Okay, so that would basically be by investigation with advantage, because that's the same number.
I'm also gonna start ritually casting Identify, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So essentially this is not a potion that's commonly seen. But it's from what Jackson said when he received it, it's an like all the potions that he received there were experimental, and still in sort of like a testing phase. This one in particular bears resemblance to similar other weapon oils that you've seen in your time practicing with alchemy. However, it is it looks like it's got some properties of some sort of poison, where it would make your when applied to a weapon, it would make the weapon strikes more vicious.
So I relay those key points, just adding, this. I wonder if, with the amount that we could have, you could probably dip quite a few of Snaros' arrows in it.
And it was protective coating, so my initial thought was to line the inside of your briefcase with it, but that's a much better idea, really, at this point.
Yeah, no, this is more poison. It might eat through my briefcase, and I'd rather not. This is nice, very cheap leather. It won't survive.
We'll pass that off after breakfast. Thank you.
When it comes to the making of this lead box, if we can find some lead that isn't in Bleakford, as I know there's some there, I can possibly make the box myself. I know how to use smithing tools.
I think it's worth going out to the city and see if we could just buy raw lead.
Yeah, let's have a look. We got a Snaros here who can make things. We get a fire hot enough that no, we couldn't set that fire in here. We'd burn the whole place down.
I'm sure we could rent some time out of forage, though.
Yeah, and then cue Iron Man. Ding. Snaros in the crop top. Ding, ding.
Hey, why? Is it just because House wants his box back? Why do we need a whole nother box?
The other box would keep the magical properties of the book from affecting things around it, Ambrose.
Would it keep my mama from talking to me?
It's more so it would keep whoever wants to find the box coming to us unannounced.
Okay. My mama's not going to get hurt, though, right?
Never, darling. I feel like we need to talk as a group.
I love talking. What do you want to talk about? Ask me anything. I'm an open book, so to speak.
She reaches into her bag of holding and pulls out 2 bottles of, raspberry mead and slides them to the center of the table with the spell scroll.
Maybe if we're going to be talking, I should go fetch Ogin.
Featherman. Yeah, it's a good idea.
He's sick again, isn't he? Haven't seen him all morning.
Yeah, Mary, you quickly run upstairs to the sort of room that Ogin was given to rest in. When you go in there, there is some blood on the ground, and Ogin is not present.
I'm gonna sound the alarm, but I'm gonna get down on all fours, bloodhound mode, and start Sherlocking my way through this crime scene.
Make me an investigation check.
Come on, bitch. 19.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, so looking around this this room, there's several slash marks in some of the wood and floors and furniture. There's also marks which look like puncture wounds throughout, once again, through the floor and walls, furniture. Clearly how there's some sort of fight has happened. There's blood on the ground. Some of it is blood. The rest of it is a similar sort of viscosity to blood, but it's a dark purple color.
I think I can deduce that Ogin was attacked by the room and the room won.
Yeah. there's no evidence that, the windows are still closed. The windows aren't broken. There's no evidence that he was dragged away or dragged out of the place or taken away. It's more that he's just vanished, almost like teleported away.
Yeah, if people start coming upstairs, just be like holding like a handkerchief around by the window, try to not leave any prints. Like, that makes sense. It's like, no sign of forced entry. Didn't leave here. Okay, it seems that Mr. O'Geen was attacked and was taken away from this place without leaving the window or the door.
What? We
Well,
gotta
you
go
do
find
trans-
him.
That was train of thought number 1. Train of thought number 2. He's a very capable man. You can tell him where we're going, and he could meet us wherever.
Sure. I just can't believe that I failed to see this or hear it even happen.
You're doing your best, Mary. Promise.
Needs more RAM. Anyway. Well, we've been through portals before, so we know that it can be done. I just have a feeling that this thing took him with ill intent. So whether he makes it back or not, I don't know, but also, I don't think we can follow him, so...
Why can't we follow him?
He just gestures to the wall and says to Ambrose, "Follow him."
What he means, Ambrose, is if he was teleported out of here, we have no idea where it went, so we have nowhere to start looking. It'll be okay, little lamb. He'll come back. He seems to have a way of always coming back.
All right. Hey,
Yes.
why does he always walk away from us?
It's important. He's got people to check in on and army to lead.
Do we think he's hurt? I could fix him.
Points at the blood on the floor.
Is that his? Looks kind of sticky.
Probably.
We've seen Ogun bleed before. Did he bleed purple and viscous?
No, but that's not the only blood-like substance
Okay.
that's on the ground. There is
Okay.
also
All right.
actual blood.
Yeah, that's what he was pointing to, like the actual blood.
Okay.
In curiosity, does the purple blood viscous stuff look familiar to anything Sneros may have fought before or seen fight?
Not this one, no.
Okay. Why don't we all go ahead and head back downstairs?
Yeah. Quickly before somebody else gets teleported away while I'm asleep. Just...
Oh, Mary.
If Ambrose still looks kind of distraught, Snare's gonna like put an arm around his shoulder, just like, come on.
All right. Hey, if you give me a day or two, I could ask the powers that be if they'll let me heat something up real good, so that way you can make your briefcase or whatever you're doing.
That would be nice, Ambrose. Let's see what our plan is first, okay?
All right. I just wanted to. Papa always said creation is the highest form of art. So, if you wanted to art, then I support you. Should I be cleaning this? Is there a mop here?
No, it's okay. Come on, Ambrose. We'll get this later.
All right.
We're at an impasse on how to handle this. We're never going to agree. I'm going to ask a question, and you can feel free to answer as honest as you want. Why the fuck are we still together?
Because you're my friend.
What do you really know about us, Ambrose?
Everything I need to know, that you're good people, that you care, and that you smell nice.
Ambrose aside, why the fuck are the three of us still here?
I ain't got
I'm
nowhere
here
else to be.
I'm here to stop the cabal from continuing and to make sure people stay safe.
So you could do that without us. You have no attachment to us, is what I'm saying. We have no reason to be friends.
Steros doesn't answer because she kind of glances over at Ambrose and then back to Serena.
Propose we be honest with each other. She slides a spell scroll to the center of the table.
Oh,
was
no,
hoping-
more letters? Oh.
Not really, darling. I was hoping everyone else would be here. This scroll is an incantation that would will us to be honest with ourselves and each other. Maybe we take the opportunity to ask everybody like a question or two and just put our darkest cards up on the table.
You got all my cards. We can play any game you like. Do you like Go Fish? I like Go Fish. It's got fish in the name.
I was thinking more of a game of what the fuck is up with that? Have you ever played?
No.
Quite simply, it's like, Barry, you never sleep. You do all night. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
I don't know. I ask myself that every day. It's a basic pleasure that I just don't get chance to have. So I guess it's part of my conditional suffering. I don't think we need a spell scroll for that. You know, I'm pretty open book.
I just think it was to even the playing field. Keep everybody accountable. But we could also save it for, like, around a fire when we get our poor Ogun back.
I'm up for a game.
I feel like O'Geen's the most shifty one. He's the one that always seems to have a sly word for where he's been or what he's doing.
I would
Alright.
have to agree with that. Hogan very much disappears, and he has already
His,
said he used
his
to work for
methods
the
are a
Empire.
little bit different than ours, but I wouldn't say they're shifty.
He's very honorable. He's the one who got me safe to the city, you know.
Unsure how magic works, Mary touches the spell scroll and says, I think he's shifty. Let's go.
Roll deception.
It's a good roll. Deception
Is it deception? I think
30.
he's being honest.
Okay. It's to all of you who know how magic works. That was nothing. But
So when I've got a board of checkers, I could open the board. We can play checkers, and then you close the board, and put it in your bag, and then you take it out the next time you want to play checkers. So we could play this game right now, and then when we got everybody together, we could just take the checkerboard back out, right?
Right. She puts the spell scroll in her bag. Anyone want to go first?
Oh, ask me something. I'm ready.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
you always quote your dad.
Uh-huh.
Does he actually talk like that? Like, what the fuck is up with that?
Is he actually real smart? I mean, yeah. Smartest man I know.
Interesting.
Other than my grandpa. You know, he had to come from somewhere.
Interesting. What do you remember about your mom?
Nothing. I assume that I have one.
We would assume as such. Gestures that you're standing here.
I exist, yeah. Anybody who exists has a mom.
Yeah, I feel like
Sort of.
Ambrose has been pretty forthright about wanting to know every little detail about his mom from strangers, so I genuinely don't think he knows nothing about his mom.
I just figured if we could find one thing, just like one little memory, we might have something to go off of.
Well, there's something in the book. The book talked to me and it sounded like my mama, maybe. I don't know what my mama sounds like. But talked to me like it was my mama. And it started to say its name and then the book went smoosh on her voice. I don't know. She said that she made some kind of deal? I don't know.
That's more information than we had before, really.
Well, yeah, but what does it mean? What the fuck is up with that?
All right, Ambrose, you
Ambrose.
figured out the game.
I did it. I feel smarter for some reason. It's like I got a feat that when we leveled up that made me slightly more intelligent.
You're brilliant, darling. Don't worry.
Yeah, Stairs kind of looks over and Ambrose, don't say that word.
Intelligent?
No.
Put in
The
your vocabulary. Idiot.
Lexicon.
the F word that Seren has decided to put into this game instead of what is up with that.
Which word is that?
Fuck.
Which one starts with F? What's an F?
Ambrose, you're a strong, independent individual. You can say whatever words you want, darling.
It deserved to say.
Lollipop.
Excellent choice, really.
Chariot. Donkey. Feels
Circumference.
good. I like this game.
Sir Ambrose.
Sibilance.
Symbiosis.
Is this what the game is? Do we just say what comes to our head and just say it?
Ask anything to anybody. Whatever's been bugging you.
I have to ask a question.
Yes, darling. That's how this works. We're building trust. We're bonding.
Okay. He looks at Snaros. What's your favorite color?
I think you
It's
asked us
green,
that when you
actually.
first met us.
Did I?
I don't believe he did.
I think you did.
Asked me.
I think I asked you two, but I don't think I asked Rosie.
Oh,
Green.
I'm getting the S's mixed up again.
I mean, it's okay.
What color?
Green. Prefer
That's
everything
my
for
favorite
green.
color too. We have so much in common. This is why we're friends, you see?
I see.
This is working out great.
Do you have other questions, Ambrose, for me, or and she motions to Mary and Serena?
Nope. If I have a question, I ask it. I don't need to sit around a table and touch a piece of paper to ask you a question. But we're playing a game, so I guess I gotta play the game. Hey Hoss, I got a question.
Hmm.
Are you feeling okay?
No.
What can I do to help?
Takes a big long think. Nothing. This is a me problem, not a we problem. I guess I'll
But
have
we're
to.
your friends. If there's anything that would make you feel better, even if it's just, I don't know, I know you don't eat, so I didn't make you any eggs, but like, I don't. Do you smell? The smell of baking bread always makes me happy. What sort of things make you happy?
I like reading. I like going to the theater. I like playing music. All that kind of stuff is quite fun.
What's your
Music.
book?
Does anybody here play an instrument?
No.
I just play the spoons. After this game, you want to make some music with me? We can play.
Sure.
Great.
See, I don't have the senses of tasting or smelling, so hearing
But you can hear.
and seeing
Yeah.
is what I enjoy.
Imagine a bard, but with proficiency in cook's utensils instead of a instrument. And
It's
they just have to-
Ambrose.
They play the spoons. Yeah, that's. I'll allow it.
You have
He has
proficiency in
proficiency in
spoons.
utensils. He does.
Oh shit, yeah.
What's our plan then?
Is this the game, or are we not playing the game anymore?
You'll feel. And she stops.
You broke up, so I didn't hear what you said.
She starts to say something and she immediately bites her tongue. You're right, Ambrose. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I didn't have any more questions. I feel like I asked enough. What are your questions? Hey, Rosie and Haas, you got any questions?
Ambrose will look over at Mary first to give him a chance to go first.
Well, I know Serenia pretty well. If she had something on her mind, she'd tell me. Ambrose, since I've met you, I think I've learned more about you than I've learned about myself. Because you're very forthright with your information, which... I don't know if you've heard... I've heard of this thing around the city called scammers, where they, like, take your information. I'd be a little... Keep that closer to the chest with strangers.
That's good. That's good constructive criticism. I appreciate it.
Snaros, we saw your whole family unit and what you were doing. I get it. I don't think I have any questions right now.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
would you like to sit down together and read sometime? With
No.
me?
No, thank you. But I appreciate the offer. Books really aren't my thing. They've never been my thing. I'm not really all that smart. So Papa always said there's different kind of smarts than book smarts. And I got the other kind.
If you ever want to, I'm willing to help you.
Thank you very much. You're very kind to say so.
She's kind of just a little smile and then looks back to Serena and Mary.
These are some good eggs, by the way. Right?
This is a very lovely job, darling.
Yeah, the slow cook method is just never fail.
I apologize, their kitchen's not more prepared. They were quite old, you see, and I came and batch cooked for them once a week, and then would come back.
Yeah, I had to clear out a couple of Tupperwares I found in there. They were a little bit fuzzy.
Yes, they were probably not good.
I washed them.
Well, we did literally get evicted and move in here like the day before everything went to hell, so, you know. We would have had time to make things nicer if we had a chance.
Do you want to stay? Do you want to just have time to get your roots back?
It's hard when you've been kicked out from your home.
But this is your home now, right?
It doesn't feel like it.
Papa always said home is where the hearth is, so we just get a good fire going and make it yours.
I don't think while we're in possession of this thing, pointing over at the book, that anywhere that we stay is going to be safe. I don't think we can stay anywhere for too long because, you know, he wants it, and he knows that we're not there anymore. He's going to be coming.
Is he the curator?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of, unless there's any more questions or anything to do, I can go try to find some lead in the city.
I think we should figure out what we're going to do with the book first.
I think the lead takes priority. The better protection we have for it, maybe we can stop him feeling it. Maybe we can keep it quiet for longer. In the meantime, we can debate what we do with the book.
All right. She chucks Mary's bag of 100 gold at Sneros. Good luck.
Are you not coming with us? I'm going.
You can stay here, Ambrose. They want to talk about the book, and I trust you'll make a good decision with it.
You can go, darling. Just have some tidying to do.
And I'll keep an eye on this thing, staring at the book.
I don't want you going out there alone. We've seen what happens in the markets. It's not good.
All right, come along, Ambrose.
All right, I'll protect you.
I know you will.
He trots off, takes the apron off, leaves it hanging on a hook in the apartment.
Cool. So, Ambrose and Sneros head off to do some shopping. What are Serenia and Mary doing?
He's going to try and keep watch. It's very on edge. Feels like the curator's just going to, especially with, you know, Ogi's just been fucking attacked in the middle of the night and teleported out when no one heard it, so it's on edge.
Serenia's gonna spend probably the better part of the next hour without any magic, entirely by hand, cleaning up Olaf and Ingrid's room, dusting everything down, wiping their pillows, straightening any picture frames. And she's just gonna sit on their bed. And just wait and think. And wait. Maybe cry a little. And wait again.
Okay. What are you thinking about?
How she didn't try hard enough to protect them. She let him kill them. And then probably after a few minutes of like wallowing in her self-guilt, she would probably take a much darker turn and think about what she's gonna do to the curator in return for what he did to them.
Okay. We'll come back to that. Mork.
No. Hello.
This box is really small.
Yeah, I don't like being in a small box.
And I mean, Mary, you're just not really up to a whole lot.
What's he doing with like the time? He's not spending his time, you know. You get 64,000 minutes in a day or whatever it is, seconds. You gotta use all of those for fun. And he's just sitting there staring at this book. Boring.
Please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. It's an 18. Oh, wait. Is it disadvantage?
It is with disadvantage.
It's still an 18!
Oh my god.
Huge.
Huge!
Awesome.
Stay.
Mary.
Stay.
Yeah, you're sitting there and you're just thinker pose watching this book. And suddenly there is a hum and some whirring coming from within you. And there's a pressure that begins building in your chest, and you sort of take a sit back and sort of focus in on it, and yeah, you feel it begin to quieten down.
Yeah, I imagine if he breathes, he'd be doing some deep breathing yoga stuff, but he doesn't breathe. So he's just counting to 3 in his head over and over again slowly, but also mentally just like, no, nope, nope, stay, bad boy.
Okay. Now, Ambrose, Snaris, you guys are going off to try and find, what was it, lead? Just roll me investigations, why not?
You have help from me. I'm not gonna roll.
Okay.
And
Okay,
the help
cool.
is Ambrose talking to every single stranger, being like, "Hey, you know where lead is?
Yeah.
What's lead?
So
What does it look like?"
I rolled a 19, but Snatus would like to ask Ambrose a question while they're walking to find this lead.
Sure.
Hi.
So while they're walking, Ambrose.
Yeah.
I know you said reading is not your thing.
Mhm.
Would you indulge me in the idea of trying to learn specific words?
I would really like to learn the word for travel. I feel like that's a good word to know.
That one would be included
I
as
can,
well
I can,
as...
I can. On that letter, my name was on there twice. I knew
Mhm.
that.
So you can learn certain words. So
I am capable of learning. I've heard, yes.
I didn't mean it like that.
What?
But
Like what?
oh, never mind, Ambrose. But we could teach you certain words like warning, danger, run, travel, stop, go. Would you like that?
What would I need that for? Those are all things you say with your words, with your mouth.
In case it couldn't be said. Because sometimes there are things that prevent you from speaking.
I
Or
feel
there are
like if
sounds.
somebody is trying to tell me to run, I don't think they're going to take out a pen and paper and write it down.
True.
That
However,
might
you
take a little bit
be-
more time than is necessary to convey that particular message.
However,
but-
you could walk into a room and find the word written on the wall.
That seems outrageously specific.
It's something I've come into before.
You have.
She'll just kind of nod her head. I've seen a lot of things, Ambrose. So I want to teach you
Well,
these
if
things.
you've encountered writing on walls, it's a good thing that I've got you with me to tell me what they say.
And if I'm not Ambrose,
Why aren't you going to be with me?
well, think about what happened getting the book. We were all separated. Things happen that separate us, and we can't control them all the time.
But then we got back together. It was fine.
And if we didn't,
That wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. It'd be fine. We find each other in the end. It'll be all right. You don't have to be concerned about me being off there alone. I'm never alone. I got friends in you. I got friends all over. I got the gods watching over me. Everything will be fine.
I'm still trying to find my god. However,
Who's your god?
well, I should say goddess. Her name is Seteth.
Does Ambrose know who that is?
Old stories tell of a dragon goddess named Keteth.
Okay. Well, I've seen you breathe fire out your face.
Mm-hmm.
Cold fire, but fire nonetheless. And I'm pretty sure that's what dragons do, isn't it? You make a dragon appear when you sneeze. We say God bless you, but I think that I'm going to keep talking because you got a baby to take care of. So I feel like you're blessed by a dragon every day. You got your lizard puppy there. You got your face fire. What are you still looking for? You got her.
To make sure she's safe. And perhaps to bring her back. However, this isn't about me, Ambrose. What if I said it would make me feel better to know that you knew certain words?
Well, if it'll make you feel better, I suppose it's something I gotta do.
And that would be appreciated, Ambrose.
But for right now, we gotta find this thing that makes stuff. Right?
Yes, got to find the lead.
Excuse me! You know where I can find lead? Starts wandering off.
As you you sort of wandering around, asking various people about where you can buy lead and ores and stuff like that. You eventually find someone who sort of points you towards the markets where, you know, sometimes people would turn up from some of the mining towns and cities with or different ores and stuff that they've procured.
Ambrose walks up to somebody who looks like they work with these things. Somebody with smears on their clothes or whatever. Somebody who looks like they work there. Like
Yeah,
walking up to a guy in a red shirt and khakis at Target, you know? Like trying to find that guy.
Yeah, there's a there's a sort of stall. It's quite small. Not many people seem to be visiting it because it's not really something that regular people are after.
Yeah.
But yeah, on this sort of like little display case on this table in front of them, beneath this sort of blue canvas that's over their head, there's this sort of display case, and in it there's all sorts of different small pieces of ore. This man, a human, sort of not sort of what you'd expect for someone who works out of a mine. Like, he's very cleanly dressed, very he's not, you know, covered in filth and dirt and stuff like that. He's clean shaven, neat haircut. And he says, "Hi, how can I help? What are you after?"
Hi, my name's Ambrose Hollybow. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you. You're after ores, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Ambrose looks at Snaros and's like, "Isn't that for boats?"
No. We're here for lead.
Lead. All right. Yeah, I've forgot some of that. And he sort of reaches down behind and pulls out a couple pieces of lead inside of this sort of small chest. And when he places it down in front of you, he reaches over to his over the top to sort of unlatch it and open it up. And as he does, on his hand, you can see a burn mark, which is the symbol of the Cabal. And as he opens it, he says, "This lead we've got recently from our mine in Bleakford."
Really? How did you get it? I thought they weren't exporting.
Yes, it's well, it was difficult to procure.
Hmm.
So how much are you looking for?
Could Snedos kind of guess how much you would need to line the box versus how much to make the box?
Yeah, so to line the briefcase, it would take less than making a full box, but if you were to just line the briefcase, there's no guarantee that it's going to be properly sealed.
Okay. I'm looking for enough to make a box.
Storing something arcane, are we?
Yes.
And he sort of begins digging through this box, and he pulls out sort of roughly sort of a handful and a half of lead chunks. And he says, "This should make a box that can hold most things, unless you're after creating a box for something larger."
How big a box would this make? If you could just like show me with your hands, just this big.
Provided, depending on the different thicknesses of what you make with it, it should be able to, at max with a very thin layer, it should make quite a large box.
Like if we're talking about cake pans, are we talking about like an 8x8 or a 9x13, or like what are we?
Probably.
All right, that would probably hold it. I think that if I were to bake this thing, then it would probably fit in 9x13, right?
Hey, Ambrose.
Yeah.
Would you go ahead and step outside for a moment?
Yeah, there's lots of people out there. I can talk to you.
Thank you.
Immediately gets distracted by another store that sells mushrooms. Anyway.
Yeah, let's go. Shopping episode.
Oh yeah. No, she just asked him to leave, so he didn't give away any more information. Chris, you okay, buddy?
So he goes to the mushroom shop and says, "Yeah, we're just out here looking for things to hide a book in."
He's not supervised now. What have you done?
Jesus Christ. It's a lose-lose either way.
He's not gonna. He's gonna ask about them. He's very polite.
Yeah.
How to win friends and influence people 101. Ask about them.
Right. When he leaves though, she's like, how much does it cost per ounce? I know most ores are sold by the ounce.
For this lot here, well, look, I'll be honest with you. We don't get a lot of business. Look. It wasn't easy to get this. I'll say 75 gold.
Does she know he's bullshitting?
Roll me an insight.
At disadvantage. Okay, 16.
Okay. He's definitely not telling the whole truth, but he is being honest when he says that they don't get much business.
Okay. But essentially she could talk down the price. Possibly.
Look, Look, this is already cheap as it is.
Understood. Rather, many people come in here looking for meds. It's not something you would sell very often. What about 65?
Roll me persuasion.
Jeez Christ. It's better than fucking... Oh god. Eclipsa. Don't forget her selling skills.
Who?
Nedsa.
She's not. She's dead to us.
Yeah. Okay. So that is a straight 18 with +0.
Okay. Fine. 65.
She'll hand over 65. Well,
Any,
probably be 60 from the pouch, 5 from her.
Yeah. And he reaches over, takes the gold, and says, "Do you have something to hold this lead, or do you want a case, or?"
I'll be fine for now. I'm going to go forge it. Would you happen to know where a forge is that might let me use their fire for a moment?
I'm not really from around here. I just sell the ore.
I could tell. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you for stopping by.
She's gonna turn and leave.
How many people outside has Ambrose amassed as his new best friends?
Jesus Christ.
Roll me a D100.
Okay. 25.
25 people. There you go.
All right. Ambrose is in a crowd of 25 people, just talking.
Okay. Notice has the "you gotta be kidding me" face right now, but kind of like sucks that back in real quick. Kind of like squeeze through. It's like, Ambrose, let's get going. Time to find the
All right,
forge.
bye, everybody. Sam, I'll see you next week, probably, if I'm still here. But, we're traveling a bit,
That's enough, Ambrose. Come on.
Becky, you have a great party tonight. All right, bye.
Smells like Fireball.
Cool. Yeah. So you go wandering off now to find a blacksmith that'll let you use their forge. Just roll me an investigation check.
With help.
Thank you. The first roll was a nat 1. Second roll is a 13 plus whatever for investigation. 14.
Yeah, it takes a couple tries, but eventually you find one who's sort of this heavy-set dwarf man, bald head, with a couple of scars and tattoos on his head and a long black beard. And he says, just fine, just don't break anything.
I won't break anything. Ambrose, stay up here. It gets hot in the back, and
Ambrose is like mid-touch on something. Like just reaching for something.
and maybe don't touch anything either.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Would you like to sit and watch how I forge?
Yes.
If it gets too hot, you're welcome to move back.
Ambrose goes and sits on the floor.
And Neros will go do smith stuff, aka go forge a box of lead.
Cool. Roll me. First, we'll do an intelligence check
Okay.
with proficiency.
So it's intelligence plus proficiency modifier.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's a dirty 20. I rolled
Cool.
a 16 on die.
Sweet. So yeah, you think you can make this box. Now roll me a dex check with proficiency.
That's an 18. That's 26.
Cool. Now roll me a strength plus proficiency.
So what am I roll? Okay, so that's 15.
Okay. And now roll me constitution plus proficiency.
These dice rolls are dangerous. 17. I can't
Cool.
count.
Yeah, so you get to work forging. You first think about making the box, and yeah, you come to a conclusion that you can make this easy. So you begin piling in the lead into the crucible, and you melt it down, and then you sort of begin forging all these different sheets, and then you sort of try and assemble them all together, even making a couple of hinges for to allow the box to open and close, and some latches to lock the or to close the box rather. The heat is quite oppressive, but you manage to sort of deal with it. You within relatively short order, you have now made a lead box.
How's it look?
Like a box.
Fantastic. Looks like what it should fucking be. Yeah, she'll cool it off, get it finished up. Probably make sure it's polished off. That way, it doesn't flake when they grab it or leave any residue. She'll probably just kind of look over it. Alright, you ready to go, Ambrose?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just so entranced by your crafting skills. I'm ready. You want me to carry that?
You were there during me, weren't you, Ambrose? And she's just
No.
chuckling as she's getting her
Maybe.
armor back on.
It was interesting for a couple of minutes, and then it was the same thing over and over for a long time.
That's how foraging is.
I don't want to do that. But it's good to know. I've learned something about myself, that I could not do what you do, but it takes all kinds.
It does, Ambrose.
Excellent. You two begin heading back. Serenia,
Hello.
you were sitting on a bed.
Mhm.
thinking and getting angry and frustrated.
Mhm.
And as you do, you feel there's a sort of swirling and churning sound comes into your ears. And then you feel a weight on the bed next to you.
She's gonna like turn her head slowly.
And as you turn your head, Preston sits on the bed next to you.
This isn't really the time.
I think it's the perfect time, really. That anger is really quite something.
Yes, well, it's inside all of us, and we've just got to get up and move on, shan't we?
You know that we can help you achieve what you seek.
I'm listening. Go on.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But you've already had at least a little bit of a taste of what the Great Reborn can offer you.
Yes, well, she like lifts up her cloak and shows it to the side. I'm not really a fan of some of the things. There's no complaints otherwise.
I have been chosen to be the vessel, to speak to you, to guide you. You chose me, whether you know it or not. We can give you a greater control over these rewards, these gifts. All you have to do is let us in.
Not really in a place to negotiate, am I?
You've already made your decision. I'm just here to tell you that it's going to happen. It's probably going to be easier on you if you just let it.
I will not let anything stop me from choosing my life. I really think you should fuck off now.
I'll see you soon.
You won't be so lucky.
There's a sort of churning sound, and it's gone. This sort of wave of blood washes over him, seeping into the ground, and it's gone.
Wipes a few tears from her eyes. Fixes her hair back up, fluffing it around, probably just making it worse.
A tentacle comes and just wipes the hair
Just
out of
casual.
your face.
Stop it and ask for your help. It smacks it down. Do you like just take a piece of like craft fabric lying around this store. And she's going to tie it around her waist. Tie the tentacle down.
You tie it down, but it's still like sort of like half
Yeah.
wiggling.
She wraps up and goes back out into the living room and just kind of waits for everybody to be back.
Quickly, relatively shortly after, sitting down with Mary, who's just fixated on this book. There's a sort of little bell from behind you as the door opens, and in comes Snaros and Ambrose with a book.
Just
Not a
react.
book, sorry. A box.
Just reacting on instinct, I shoot my net at Snaros.
While that's happening, can I note that Snaros kind of took her and Ambrose like a little windy way?
Mhm.
Okay. Can she dodge this net? Or catch it so it doesn't hit Ambrose?
I will say that Mary is very trigger happy right now. So he just sort of turns around, but as he does so, he goes to fire it, but sort of fires preemptively, and the net sort of just shoots out and smacks the wall.
Oops, sorry.
Hey, free net.
Sorry, false alarm. You never know when you're getting raided by weirdos. Takes it and packs it
Speaking
back
of-
into the bottom of his cairn.
Snaros, close the door. We should probably leave here as soon as possible.
Those were my
There-
thoughts.
Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. The Cabal are here. And they have order from Bleakford, despite Bleakford not trading right now.
That's what makes you want to leave.
If there's one Cabal, by default, there's already 20 others.
Can I ask a question? Can we play the game for a second?
Sure, Ambrose.
You
Ask
just lost the
away.
game.
Can I have the piece of paper?
She pulls out a scrap piece of parchment and rolls it up and passes it to Ambrose.
Ambrose holds the paper like it's the conch shell from Lord of the Flies. So,
I have the talking pillow.
Not the conch shell, oh my god.
Ambrose is Piggy. Who's everybody else? Tag yourself. The Lord of the Flies. Anyway, I'm so distracted. I thought that your job was to fight the Cabal. The Cabal are here. Shouldn't we be taking care of them? You've got our help. We will absolutely help you. If the Cabal is here, we'll help you make sure that they're not here anymore.
Ambrose.
She hands him the paper. He hands her the paper.
She'll take it just to humor him. Ambrose, it's not that simple. Yes, my job has been to fight the Cabal and to get rid of the Cabal. However, you don't know who the Cabal are normally until they attack you.
But nobody attacked us while we were at the market. How'd you know?
When they went to open the box, their wrist turned over and I saw their mark. We can't go asking every stranger to show us their wrists.
But we know where one is.
I mean, I'm sure people just go around asking about legs and wrists all the time.
Sounds legit.
That sounds like
Too
an
legit
idea
to
draw
quit.
more attention.
Too much crossover in this episode. We gotta dial it back, guys.
They are the same universe. I'm just on the other side of the world.
We know where one is, yes. We could go there and question him, but that might involve a fight. Is that something you all want to get into, seeing as the Cabal and the Curator have worked together?
A priority right now.
All I heard was priority right now. That is the only words I heard.
It's not a priority. We don't need to be going around talking to people, questioning them.
Oh, and good news then. Instead of, so take out the lead box. For the book.
Bernie takes the box and immediately starts opening Mary's briefcase to move it over. Wasting no time having that thing open and slamming it shut as fast as she can.
That looks pretty good. Nice box.
Thank you. It looks like a box.
Looks functional. So, where now?
Well, taking the parchment. Ambrose said that taking this thing to Hearth, we could destroy it, which is probably the best way to stop the curator from using it.
I'm going to let everybody else have their opinion before I speak mine. So please have the floor. The parchment in this case.
Give the parchment to whoever.
Say who?
Ambrose.
What was the question?
It's a what's now, Ambrose.
What do we do now? Well, if the issue was that we needed a box for the book, and now we got a box for the book, I feel like we can take care of that Cabal issue now. Because you said that usually you don't know when somebody is Cabal, but now we know when somebody is Cabal, and we can do something. Can't? He hands the paper to Snaros.
I've got the talking stick. Everyone else, shut the fuck up.
It's the talking pillar.
Our leader abandoned us, so we have to improvise.
Great.
Hear that shit, Cryo?
If you're
You
watching,
did this, Cryo.
if you're listening,
You
Cryo,
did
this is
this.
all your fault. Prius stress honk.
No.
I don't have a hat. Oh, no. Oh wait, there's a hat all the way across. I have a scrunchie. It'll do.
Crunchy. Sounds kind of smells like I appreciate it, Ambrose, and well, I would love nothing more than to get my hands on another Cabal. Maybe they have information concerning how they got here, how they got the ore here. We do have a book that does need destroying. And unless they would, for some reason, have a knowledge of how to destroy a magical book that they may have never even heard of,
Ambrose said
Alex-
that Hearth could be used to destroy it because it's got this big old thing you can throw it in. However, I do agree with Ambrose. The Cabal, I last saw they were working with Jasper, and they were doing all sorts over there. So if they're here as well, he's bringing a menace that you haven't seen this side of the world. Maybe we should talk to this fella in different circumstances.
I heard the knuckles crack.
I didn't mean to, but it... Ow.
He needs to oil those joints there, Hawk.
Yeah, you know, I've been sat here for like 20 hours straight, so I should probably... Ich ni sanchi.
Can we give the paper? Can we give the paper to Sangria? See what she has to say.
Sure.
What good did going north do for us last time? We hung around for 2 days. Returned home. There's a mage in the south. She stops.
Mage.
Gave the curator his eyes.
Oh, the stranger that might also be mysterious, right?
You could say that.
I've heard of Stranger Comma Mysterious.
But we head down that way.
You head that way.
Would
Maybe
you know
just
if-
find out what the book says. Then, once we know what it says, we'd learn how to proceed. It's the Book of Time. It's got to say something about itself as well, right? I'm saying it has like step-by-step instructions. As convenient that would be. Not like it's that giant chain
So
at
you're saying
IKEA.
it's a book that also talks about the book, and the history of the book is inside of this book.
It's
We love
everything,
paradoxes.
Ambrose. It's life,
Ambrose
it's death.
gets this like glassy look and just like
It's like Ambrose's worst nightmare. It's a book that has to read itself. Like, what the fuck?
bookception.
Bookception.
The book that never ends. Oh god, oh fuck.
To be honest, these things are powerful. If this fire you speak of is your god,
One of them.
you want to risk hurting it.
No?
And why throw an unknown power into it and essentially create a bomb?
Is that what it does?
Which could.
There's a
Arcana.
possibility.
Arcana that gets disrupted. And just do unknown things.
Oh, we can't do that. No, I wouldn't do that.
Well, shit.
Can you do me a favor? You should look at us and her.
You present your idea.
Give her the paper. Thank you for miming this on the internet. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
I agree with the idea of going down to find this stranger to see if perhaps they have more information or knowledge. However, I would like if you could send a magical message to somebody. My mother.
I could probably do that.
Nikobawa here. How are things at home? This is from your daughter. That's it.
Okay.
Maybe you should let her know where here is in the message.
Nikobawa.
Mary, you've always been the smartest man I know. Serenia will cast Sending to Neros' mom.
She's seen her. We all know her name.
Hi, Mrs. Neros' mom. It's a weird girl, Serena, you met once. Kabbalah and Soul. Just to ask how you are, that doesn't really feel appropriate right now. The Kabbalah and Soul.
That's it. That's it. It doesn't really feel appropriate right now. That's it.
No one can ever do sendings. They are too difficult.
It's the worst spell.
It's awful.
But at least Cabal and Soul, how are you doing? Got in there.
Yeah.
That's the two main points.
It's like a 72%.
Correct me if I'm wrong, people are able to respond with
We
sending,
respond
right?
to this message.
There's no response.
Please.
Oh
Oh
god.
fuck. Oh no.
Snaros,
Does the
darling.
spell go through though?
Do I feel like there's a barrier, or does it just go?
We will.
Comment.
We'll say that it gets sent off. There is no response.
Snaros, darling, your mother does not want to speak to me right now. Sorry. She's probably
You can
just
talk
busy.
to my mama. She's in that box. I can share.
There was a blank face and just not saying anything.
We've just like decided we have a map, right?
Yeah.
Something we did at some point. We just
I
decided.
I think all of you have traveled around enough to have a map.
Okay. Vernia reaches into the bat bag and displays a map and uses frying pan to hold a corner and her bag to hold the other and the lead box to hold another. And she like takes Mary's hand and slams it on the other corner. We're here. I'm going to open my map so I can talk about what I'm actually talking about.
Yep.
Pause, please. Okay, she points at Soul.
I will put the map of Seoul into the discussion channel in
Thank
Oracle
you.
Book of Time as
Appreciate
well,
you.
so that everyone can see it.
She points at Soul. And using the tip of her fingernail, as long and jagged as they may be, she drags it down past Ichibi, past Ravengard, and then starts curving up past Polena towards Fairgrave and Brymore. This is where I'm from. And then she directly pulls her finger up to that like little chasm of water directly between Asmar and Brymar. This is where he met me. This is where I met him.
And you know he'll still be there?
I don't. That's the
You
thing.
met him in the water? Where were you?
In the water. I could send him a message and ask him to meet us.
Be great.
That would be
Yeah.
a better idea than setting off for what looks like a maybe 6-week trek to see if somebody's somewhere. Better to know before we trek.
I like a good walk, but I think it would be a good idea to let him know that we're coming and be polite.
We'll obviously have a place to stay. Make sure you guys are fed and taken care of. Just think it's worth exploring this route.
Though that does bring us
See
pretty close to Ichibi.
if he's there, if you could, sir.
We could long way it down. We have a couple options. We could go. She like taps her fingers in the air. Never eat salty water, something like that. We could go west.
Ah!
Down through Neverseal to Casmar and take a ship across, like a boat. If we want to avoid Ichibi altogether. Could also go down to Stillgrasp and cling past Greendale, avoiding Ichibi altogether.
We could level up one more time, and then I could just walk through trees. He doesn't say that.
What is this leveling you speak of?
I love that Ambrose is so stupid he can break the fourth wall. It's great.
If we took a boat, would that leave time to do something to investigate a certain person here?
I think we should look into this Cabal issue while we're here. Because we didn't get a chance to do it in Bleakford, and now look, it's spread all across.
And it should not be here.
Don't think we should distract ourselves from the priority.
I also
I feel
think...
What are
like
we
they're
gonna
all
do?
interconnected. The curator was there when they were caballing all up in Bleakford.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Just take this book around the city with us?
It's in. We got the special box for it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Still a walking target. Just because the book is covered doesn't mean he can't find us.
That's
we really
true.
want
We
to
are
be in the
pretty
city?
conspicuous.
We want to be
Party
in the
of
city.
giants.
And surrender.
I am average size.
My
We
bad.
want to be in the city. Risk thousands? Question mark. Doesn't know the population of souls' lives.
Well,
He comes for
think
us?
that you're on the right track.
But by that same logic, Serenia, if you're talking about him just tracking us, we'd be following this trick. We'd be going closer to where we know he is. So it
Yes,
doesn't make any
Sashimi, I think that
difference.
you're on the right track. If we can get in touch with this stranger that is also mysterious, then perhaps we could make a better plan. Maybe he's not in that direction. Maybe he's in another direction. If you can contact him, then that might solve everything.
You guys go deal with the cabal. I'll stay here with the book and try to get a hold of him.
Stay safe then.
Do you just need your space? Why do you want to send us away?
You can't take the book into the city.
But I thought that we were finding out about the stranger.
Do you want
I
to stay
can't
here,
risk
Amber?
creating a target. You've already been the reason dozens of people were murdered. He's angry and vengeful. The minute he figures out we're not coming to him, he's coming to us.
Ambrose, why don't you stay here with her? Mary and I can go investigate.
Yeah, when you need to go and find somebody and make him squeal, you bring an investigator with you.
Soul Food, do you feel okay with having just me there, just present? I'll leave you alone if you want to be left alone, but I'd feel better if you weren't by yourself.
Do you want to be here?
Yeah, I do.
I'm
Alright.
going a little stir crazy anyway. I could do with getting outside.
Stretch your legs, Mary. You deserve it.
Rusty toaster noises.
Depends on you stretching more. Ready when you are, Mary.
All right. Show me to this cabal, man.
Let us leave when Mary's ready.
Awesome. As you guys head out of the threaded store, we will go to a break.
We're
We're
back.
trying so hard to keep everybody together.
Yes,
Oh,
we
bless his
do.
socks.
Ah,
Bye.
happy break, everybody. We'll see you in a few.
In a few.
Bye. We're
Won't you look at that?
Owls. Hi, everyone.
Who?
Who?
So, before the break, the party went out to try and make a box of lead that would hold the Book of Time. They succeeded, but now they realize that they can't go anywhere with it. So 2 people stay in the house with it, and 2 people have gone back out to find the Cabal man who sold Sneros the ore to make the box.
Before Mary and Sneros leave, Journey just wants to stop them and bring up one more idea. This is terrible. Alright, and I fully know this is an awful idea. Please just bear with me when I say it. Well, actually, I have 2 terrible ideas. I digress. Terrible idea 1. If we just outside the city a couple miles, invite the curator to meet us, and then kill him. Put the quill in the box. The book. So he can't just be like, kill! And like, have it come to him.
Not necessarily a terrible idea.
We're stronger than the last time. We know what we're up against this time. And we've taken his biggest weapon away.
And we've had this bonding experience that has brought us closer together, which means that we'll be stronger as a unit. Right?
100%. Blind him.
Suck my unit.
Oh, fuck, Chris.
Oh, sorry. Tropic Thunder came flying into my head when you said unit.
Sorry, Mork slipped out of him there.
It's about that. Get him outside of town. Blind him. And we just kill him. Then we can destroy the book without being a target. Yes, darling. Oh, wait. Here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Takes the scroll. I love today.
I hate today.
The last couple of times that we've called him, he shows up as like a spooky ghost, not as a person. How do you kill a spooky ghost? Who wants the paper?
Ghost? May I? Thank you. Ghosts can't get tangible things. We tell him we want to meet him in neutral ground. Give him the book.
Okay. All right. What's the second bad idea?
I wanted to say it. I don't want Mary to think less of me.
Say it.
Also, nice mug, Chris. It's cute. Never seen it.
It's cute, isn't it? It's real.
Never seen it before.
Real cute.
Never seen that before. Exclamation mark merch.
Look at an edition.
The edition's not there anymore. He writes in the book. Not that we want the curator dead, because I don't think we have enough power for that. But you remember when we met that weird rabbit with the antlers and turned out to be a god?
Mm-hmm. He was a god, yes.
Sure. Then we went north and saw The guy who did so many bad things to Mary. I had a dream. You could say. I have to get a thing for someone. And what if I just wrote we had this thing because she's real powerful and she said she would help. And then asked her to help us destroy him. Because then she'd owed me one.
What is this thing and who is she?
It's not important who she is, really.
It is.
I would like to remind you that you are holding the paper.
And I am being honest. It doesn't matter who.
She can't lie if she's holding the paper, Rosie.
But her power is greater than what we have. I said it was a terrible idea. I don't expect you guys to go along with this. First one more so.
Terrible idea 1 is my option. Terrible idea 2 I will not help with.
I wasn't asking for your help. She just holds the paper in front of her.
Mary takes it. I don't
Still
think...
holding the paper. I don't think Mary ever took it. You can have it.
Tears it in half.
I think your branding is real good because these ideas are both terrible. I don't think every time we've got into an altercation with anything, someone's almost died. There's less of us now than there was before. You want to fight the curator, you don't know what he can do without his quill. And then you don't know if he can just bring it to him like that. Lead box is going to stop him. And then the thing that he wants
that's
is...
going to the box.
Who knows? Maybe he has magical eyes from this man. What if he got magical box abilities from another man? We don't know. All I'm saying is bring in the one thing that he needs to start wrecking the place closer to him because we think that we can take him. I don't trust it.
Can I have the paper? Thanks. So, I thought that we were all in agreement that talking to the stranger is the best course of action. Did you get? Why don't we just, before we all split up, why don't we just talk to him? Is that it would?
You clarify who him is. Sorry.
The stranger who's also
mysterious. Yes, continue.
This is a great way of making sure people don't talk over each other, but still, I hate it.
The hand movement is getting on my tits already.
I love it so much.
So instead of handing the paper, she'll be like, the idea is when we split apart, so she is going to try to talk to the stranger. Mary and I are going to talk to this cabal at the same time. And then when we come back, we either travel to this mysterious stranger if she made contact, or I am in agreement with terrible idea 1. As the curator has mentioned briefly that he's not powerful without his quill. And we have that in the book.
Maybe. But I refuse to underestimate The curator. Don't need him just saying that one bit.
So what are we doing?
I think we see if Serenia can contact this stranger, calm and mysterious. And then once we have that information, we can take it from there.
Do you want me to do it before you leave?
Sure, it's not like it's going to take an hour.
Sure.
Sending to the mysterious stranger.
Just gonna hand the paper back to Serenha.
Sure, what do you say?
Serenia here. Hopefully you remember me. Seem to be lost. And want to come home. Are you able to meet where we met before? Thank you.
Thank.
Cheers.
Yes.
This sending once again flies off. It takes a little bit of time to get a response. And just before you think that you're not about to get one, a familiar yet distorted voice comes through. Sort of constantly shifting and changing into different tones and pitches. Almost like multiple people are trying to reply. And it simply says yes.
He's willing to meet us.
Great. Where?
Where?
Exactly where I met him the first time, by the lake.
So we do have to go by it, Chippy.
Again, we don't have to. We take a different path.
Different path or not, we're gonna have to travel.
Or if we can find somebody who can teleport, like she mentioned earlier.
I've got just about 300 gold.
Can't Floyd teleport? We could just go to the bakery and just ask him if he can do
Oh
it.
yeah, that's right, you guys don't know.
Floyd did do a short range one when we were fighting the associate.
Yeah, waved his paddle around and then poof, we were in the bakery.
Who knows? Maybe I'll tell you what. I'll check in with Floyd when we go out to go question this Cabal man. Check in on
That'd be
Floyd.
great.
I'll
Yeah.
bring you back some of his bread.
Tell him I
Sam,
say hi.
you like his
Tell him I say
bread,
hi.
don't you? I'll bring you some
Yeah, I
back.
do.
Yeah.
I also like when my husband brings me coffee. Thank you so much.
Ooh, that's why the stream's rated
Why
18
just-
and above.
Hi, bestie!
Ooh.
Serenia will grab Mary's hand just as they're about to walk out. Which way? You face below me. Balls. You're down here. You have to go up.
This is amazing.
Go up.
Okay. What we doing? What's this?
I may be mad at you right now. Don't do anything stupid, okay?
I try not to.
Okay, bye. And she drops his hand awkwardly.
Oof.
Serenia,
Yeah.
just as the door sort of closes behind, as Mary and Sneros head out, just on sort of in the gap between when they leave and then when the door's sort of closing, you can see Preston standing off in the distance, just watching.
Ambrose. And she, like, rips the door open.
Yeah, right here.
Do you see that?
I see. Are we playing I Spy? I see something with my little eye. Something that begins with B. Is that what we're doing? Is it
One of
green?
the twins.
Don't lie to me. You don't know letters. But
True. You got me.
by starts with B, you meant a bumblebee, right? Cool. Yeah, no, Ambrose, you cannot see Preston.
The twins. Only one of them? You can see just one of them?
It's complicated.
Have we ever seen one of them separated before? I thought that they always travel together.
Thought the same until recently.
What do you mean?
I've just been hearing things. In here.
Well, that little voice inside your head can sometimes be your conscience. Do you feel like this is your conscience?
Maybe.
What's it saying to do?
A lot of things.
It's not telling you to, like, kill puppies or anything, is it? Because that's something else.
Oh, but it's starting to make me appreciate things more. And she starts to untie the ribbon that is holding down the tentacle. And just kind of lets it go. The human form is just so boring, isn't it?
Was that there before? Did you... I don't remember that.
It's new.
Can I touch it?
May. And she like pulls back her a little bit.
That is the neatest thing I've ever seen.
As you touch this tentacle, it's very... it feels like just pure muscle.
Ah, strunk. Strunk?
It's not...
Strunkticle.
It's not slimy. It's not squishy. It is just a tendril of just pure muscle.
This is so neat. When did this come? When'd you get this?
The night. Last night. Woke up.
Can you feel it when I poke it?
Yes, and it tickles. Careful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unless you like it? I don't know. That's weird. I'm sorry. But, what does it do?
It could do all manner of things. And I just like have it pick up a lamp off the side table. Just like flicks the lamp around and then puts it back down.
If I study this for the next hour, can I become a sentient, muscly tentacle in my wild shape?
Tentacle dick, tentacle dick.
No.
Tickle, tickle.
No.
Oh,
No.
Damn. Alright.
Can you imagine it just slopping on the floor? Like, wow, my name's Ambrose. Ambrose, how about how do you? How
Rose
about
Temple Bow.
my name's Ambrose. Oh, you look cute.
Sama.
Ooh.
Frusticle?
Saba.
How do you portmanteau that? What's the correct way to do that?
Sounds like Spanish to
Ambroni kind of
me.
rolls off the tongue. I'm not sure what tentacle Ambrose is. Anyway, I digress.
Mental bro. Mental
Mental
bro.
bro.
Amberple?
Okay, we'll work it out. We'll work it out in post. Workshop it.
Everyone put your tentacle Ambrose suggestions in chat. Thank
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
love you, chat. Please do it. Don't listen to Chris. I need your portmanteaus of Ambrose
Ambrenticle is a
and
good
tentacle.
one. Ambrenticle. Ambricle.
Ambricle. That's a good one. Yes, keep going. I will literally read them during the cast.
Continuing.
Does everybody else know about this?
I haven't told anybody.
I'm honored that you would share this special piece of yourself with me.
I just realized that sometimes we have to give in, you know? So
Yeah,
boring
there's
to look
sometimes
at.
where I just see a chocolate croissant and I think, man, I shouldn't be eating another one. I've already had 12. But then I just have it. Just finish off that baker's dozen, you know? You just give in.
Have you ever
Just
tried a
have it.
charcoal croissant?
Baker's
No.
dozen is 13, by the way.
That's what I just said. I had 12. I'm
Oh,
gonna
right,
eat
yeah,
the baker's
yeah,
dozen.
Look at
Ambrose, do you trust
Floyd
me?
over here mansplaining. Jesus.
Do you trust me?
Trust only y'all. Of course.
I feel like there's like a higher power, you know?
There's lots.
I feel like there's only one.
Do you mean like one that's in charge? Or like, what do you mean?
I don't know how to explain it. But I feel like I have a greater purpose.
We all have a great purpose. Otherwise, why would we be here? There's got to be a reason for it.
Right. And I agree 100%.
Sometimes that purpose is to bring a good loaf of bread into the world. Sometimes that purpose is to make a machine that makes sound come out, that makes people dance and be happy. You know, everybody's got something that's their thing. You know?
You're right. And I think mine is to make humanity more beautiful.
Do you mean applying more tentacles? Because I would love to see more tentacles out there, but I think that you need consent.
I
talked
always
about
ask for consent,
before.
darling. That's my whole gig.
Okay, well, as long as you are spreading the word of beauty via consent and resounding yeses, then I'm absolutely on board. And I support
But you
you
can't
whenever
have
you
too
do.
much of a resounding yes. It makes them sound too eager. It needs to be brought down a level.
What if they're super eager to have chesticles?
Well, then you wait a few minutes, and once the excitement of
Let them
testicles has
cool
calmed
down
down,
a little bit.
yes,
Let the
you bring it
nuance
back
wear
up.
off.
The nuance wear
novelty
off and not
off.
seem so exciting, and then
Sure.
you talk about it again.
There's probably something real interesting going on the other side of this conversation, but I'm just invested in talking about the application of tentacles to the entire population.
I just
of
want
this
you to
world.
know, Ambrose,
Yeah,
that you're beautiful.
thank you. Oh, thanks so much. I think you're beautiful too.
Thank you. And you know what? I appreciate you, even if I don't always say it.
You don't need to say it. I feel it. I appreciate you too, obviously. I think that all of us are better for knowing each other.
I agree, darling. Mostly agree. Now, do you need anything? Do you want to bake? Do you want to take a nap?
You want to play checkers? I mentioned checkers earlier. Now I really want to play checkers.
I think I'm going to have a little nap myself.
Oh.
I can play checkers first, I guess.
Real quick
Excuse
game.
me?
Real quick game.
Excuse me.
Of course, yeah. So you've got these pucks that sit on this board, and then you shuffle them across the board.
In the
lift as
streets
hard as
of
you can.
Seoul.
Fuck's sake. You made me snort.
In the streets of Seoul. Snaris, Mary. The two of you are wandering off. Where's your first stop? The Cabal or Floyd's shop?
My thought was business
Or
first.
somewhere else?
Business first, and
flesh.
then, bread and frivolity later.
Cool. Is there any conversations the two of you would like to have before, like on the walkover?
Mary would probably just discuss tactics, like, when we get in there, you want me to be all quiet like behind you, or do you want me to get up behind him, make him uncomfortable, get up in his grill while you interrogate him, make him uncomfortable?
I would like you to quietly make your way behind. I know there's a front door, but don't recall if there's a back door or not. Or even an upstairs. Put yourself in a place that would be better for us in case someone else did show up.
Got you.
The Cabal were known for, when they do fight, not fighting alone.
I'm real quiet like, and I'm pretty small, so I can hide behind things real easy.
Do you know your height?
I'm pretty sure that I'm one of the shorter in the group. I'm only 6'10", so that's kind of mid.
You are shorter than me, so you have that. Look up.
Okay, we need maybe we go back to Melon. If you need me, you just shout Melon. I come bursting down.
You'll be right there. But if I shout Melon, how good are you at tackling down people?
I'm the best.
I use a bow, mainly. I need a distance.
Okay.
Just if you get too hurt, do come back to me. I have a way to at least help a little bit.
I don't think that we'll get much saying that. I think if I get hurt in a little bit, my other half is going to come out to play. And then you'll be lucky if you get any words out of the bits of meat that he leaves behind. I've seen him. So...
I mean you.
Yeah, make sure the... Yeah, okay. No worries. Fuck.
Okay. Cool. So you all, well, not all of you, the two of you, make your way to the stall where disadvantage on both of you on your next check. Alright.
Disadvantage on the cow.
We have a check? We're getting paid for this?
You getting paid for this?
Yeah, so you make your way back to the same stall where you went to buy the lead. It's roughly sort of mid-afternoon, sort of edging around 2-3 o'clock. People are sort of still working, but everything's sort of beginning to slow down a bit. This man is still stood beneath this stall. Once again, the place is just almost no. In the entire time that you're walking over there, there's almost no customers that come to him. This blue canvas tent above him, and a small table with that display case in front of him.
Oh, right, so this is like an open market stall, sort of like when you go to a farmer's market. Oh, okay. I'm going to try and peel away from Snaros and make my way behind the tent. Try and just
Handle
sort of...
yourself being pressured to buy terrible scones.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to sort of try and... Because realising this is an open market stall, there's no way that I'm going to be able to bend down and try and hide. I'm just going to try and blend with the others and then sort of listen into their conversation and keep an eye out.
Okay. Cool. Fuck it, roll me stealth.
Plus... Ooh. 18.
Okay, sweet. Snaris, you approach the man. Says, good to see you again. Here for more ore.
No, I was actually here for a few questions. Do you have time?
Well,
Doesn't look you're busy, and she motions around.
yeah, I'd say I've got time.
How did you obtain your from Bleakford? Exactly.
I've well, obviously, I go around the place. You know, I've got contacts across the world. They supply me with my ore that I can sell here. It's really just sort of, to be honest, it's just a group of friends, really. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm no large company or anything like that. Just me.
What group of friends? Is the Bleakford not only shut down trade, but I had heard that they shut down their mine as well.
That's probably true. Like I said, it was difficult to obtain, but I've got a friend, lead is rather valuable. I've got a friend who's there and willing to risk extracting it and sending it my way.
And who's your friend?
Due to the nature of what he's doing, I'm not going to divulge his name. Sorry, are you like some sort of guard?
Does every Cabal speak Abyssal, from what she's learned?
The ones that you've seen speak have seemed to understand it.
The ones I've seen speak. So the ones that don't have their tongues cut out or some shit. Who knows? That's 4. Okay, yeah. Just kind of shakes her head. And probably in a very low tone, so only he can hear it, she says in Abyssal, no.
He sort of looks you up and down, confused.
Confuses in how does she know it, or confuses in no understanding?
Confused in that no. Like he's wondering why you've said no.
He asked if she was a guard.
Ah. And he sort of squints his eyes looks at you and, speaking in common, just says, "Well, is there anything else?"
What's going on in Bleakford? If you know anything else.
I haven't been there for quite some time myself.
You got
My
the
friend
order,
tells me-
word travels.
Look, he doesn't. My friend doesn't directly give it to me. It's, he hands it from courier to courier to courier, and eventually it makes its way to me. I don't have time to be traveling everywhere.
She's gonna look at how empty it is, says, "You good though." Now, are you going to answer who your friend is?
Like I said,
Nicely.
I won't divulge his name, just because of what he does.
Is it the same as you?
What do you mean?
She will tap her wrist, where she knows his marking is.
Ah. Yes, when I said I had a group of friends, we were together, and we escaped that, Don't like talking about this, but I know that you're not going to leave me alone until I tell you. We escaped
At
that.
least you're honest.
We escaped the slave plate.
Escape the slave pit?
Yes. They had us mining.
Really? And they marked you against your will.
Yes.
Can I roll insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Go for it.
And you roll a nat 20 on a disadvantage. So 18.
There seems to be some sort of sincerity behind his voice.
But so far, he's telling the truth. He was against his will, and he was mining.
It seems like he's speaking a lot, like, with quite a bit of sincerity, but it also feels like he's not exactly telling everything.
Okay. What else is there then?
What do you mean?
There's more. I can hear it.
Look, we didn't only mine.
What else did you do?
Bad things.
There are many definitions to bad things. I'll need you to be specific.
They had us fight for them.
Fight for you. Fight for them. Against what?
People that were trying to stop them.
What hold did they have over you that they don't have now?
The mask.
So if the mask is put on you, you lose control. And how did you get yours off?
Luck. And pain. And he sort of waves his hand briefly, and as he does, there's like a little bit of a spark on the tips of his fingers, and this face shifts, and there is scarring, and it's like skin has been just peeled off of most of his face.
So to remove it causes permanent scarring. When was the last time you were down in the mines? Yourself.
Myself, it would have been I was on the young, maybe 10, 15 years.
Do you have any more information from your friend?
No.
Tell the truth?
He's speaking. It's technically telling the truth, but more because he doesn't want to share. So it's like, I've got nothing else to say because I don't want to tell you.
If you do decide you have more to say, the people who believe for it deserve it. Especially if it helps them not kill any more that are actually forced into this.
You won't be able to stop it.
What makes you think that?
Because I feel like if they could have been stopped, they would have been stopped.
About 10, 15 years ago, they were given a new power we hadn't seen before. However, it can be stopped. Everything can be stopped.
I hope so.
Thank you for your time. Best of luck with your selling.
Thank you.
Alex has the other
Mary.
to say to her. She'll leave.
Yeah, Mary. Daenerys approaches you. You've managed to listen in on most of the conversation.
Yeah, having interrogated people before, I mean, I know that Callie was checking, but can Mary tell if there was like wavering in his voice when he's answering certain questions, if it's triggering something or anything like that?
Yeah, he was speaking with like a lot of sincerity.
Yeah.
Like and it was very difficult for him to respond in some cases. Like, for example, when she asked, "What else did they make you do?"
Like you had a horrific background, and then some randomer in the market just came up and started questioning you about, it, and you're like,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, got you. It just tends
like he answered because he knew that she wouldn't have left him alone, but he didn't want to answer.
Just turns to Daenerys and says, "Well, that was a dud, I guess. Cabal isn't here, which is good for Saul.
And now we know how they control people.
It's true. I'm guessing he showed you something, but obviously I couldn't see what was going on, so I'll rely on you on that. But let's not burn any more daylight. Let's go check in on Floyd. I haven't seen him for a while, so this will be nice.
Might keep in mind he has magic for later. Maybe not a lot, but it might be worth something.
Okay. And we'll start leading Snaros over to Floyd's bakery.
Rather quickly, you guys turn up to Floyd's. It's the middle of the day. Floyd doesn't normally close until nighttime, when he starts his second shift at the Mark. The sign says closed.
Do the usual sort of thing you try and do. Knock on the door. Like, hey Floyd. Try the other door.
No response.
Well, he could be at the Mark, but you don't do that till evening sometimes. Maybe he's in his, you know what, might be in his basement. Might not be able to hear me. So I'm going to try and pick the lock and let myself in.
Yep. Going in, you go to pick the lock, but you realize that the lock doesn't shift, it's unlocked.
Oh. He probably just left the sound funny. Let myself in. Take a look around.
First thing you see when you walk in, because you can't smell, first thing you see is a bunch of old, moldy food and rotting food on shelves and on the counter and displays and stuff like that. And Snaros, this pungent smell of just rot and mold fills your nose.
Okay, something is not right, and starts running around, basically just shouting for Floyd. Checking everywhere.
She'll close the door behind her. Because, like, that's... She doesn't want to, but, like...
It's fine. I'm immune to disease.
And you can't smell it.
I can't
so
smell.
Fine.
This is fine.
So yeah, you're running around, searching and searching and searching. You can't see anything. His downstairs study is closed off. So yeah, place is just empty.
Okay. I can't think of anything that'd keep him away from his bakery.
Is anything of his here? Or is it just like...
It's as though, like the place still looks as though someone once upon a time lived here. Like, there's still his clothes, his, furniture, like, belongings are still in there, but it just seems like it hasn't been entered in a long time. And the place itself is full of dust and cobwebs and...
Can she go downstairs then? Because, like, he said at one point he was prepping to leave, I think, or it was somebody.
That was Scale. Scale said that he was leaving.
She checked downstairs?
Yep. Going downstairs, opening up this sort of sliding bookcase. You head downstairs into the study. This place, it's dark, no candles lit, no lighting, dust, cobwebs fill the room.
Can't see anything, so I hit my head on the way down.
How does true sight work?
You just see everything.
Dark.
It's dark sight, it's blind sight, it's tremor sight, it's
There's just 10 feet of
aerial
that.
sight.
She's gonna walk around.
Yeah. There's nothing in there. Looking around there, there's not anything there. It's just like the standard stuff that he would have down there. Like, it's got his like desk, his idol, his scrying supplies, and all of that sort of stuff, but no him.
It's like he hasn't been here in months, but he just didn't take anything.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to head out. I'm going to try and lock the door so that people don't come in here messing with this stuff. And then I'm going to head over to the mark and see what the fellers know about it. Maybe he went out of town on a job and just hasn't come back.
What do we do?
Hmm.
Do you think maybe Serenha could use the scrying supplies to maybe see or find him, since magic is more of her thing?
Do you know how to scry?
I don't, Serenha might. That's why she's asking Mary.
I mean, I don't know. She knows all sorts. Maybe she can. And you know, Floyd wouldn't mind me taking it. I think if it helps. And so yeah, I'll pick up the scrying supplies. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's scrying supplies. It's like shit that lets people see things that they shouldn't be able to see, I guess is the way to describe it.
Yeah.
To someone who doesn't really understand it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head out the place. I'm assuming you can use thieves' tools to also lock doors from the outside because you're just messing with tumblers. We're gonna lock the door and then head over to the mark and try and find the boys.
So after a short walk over to the mark, you head through into the main building to the barracks, and behind the counter you see Ulrich Steelspade, the dwarf, sort of dark tan skin, sort of long dark beard, slick back hair, and a clean looking black vest with a sort of white dress shirt underneath.
Hey there, Ulrich. How's it going?
Hey, oh, wow. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while, Mary. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's business as usual. What can I do for you? You here for a job?
Yeah, see, we got shifted over to Bleakford weirdly, and then I think it was your brother actually. He gave us a ride back on his ship. It took a while though. He's a good man.
Hey,
Gave us a
that's good.
discount.
Obviously.
Yeah, so I've been away for a little while. I've just went to go see Floyd, and his shop's all dingy and quiet, and he's not there. I can't find him.
I checked in on him as well when we hadn't seen him for near on a month, so I went in to check on him and there was nothing there.
So you haven't seen him either.
None of us have. Not even Garen or Aaron. None of them.
Well, shit. Right, something's happened to Floyd. Okay. Nice. Good. Nice to see you. Sorry, I thought he might be here, but okay.
Do you need him for something?
I just wanted to check in on him, and when I couldn't find him, I thought maybe he got stuck in a long job. But if he's not with you, and if he's not at home, I don't want to say. I think something's happened to him.
I've got some people out looking for him, but I think it's probably safe to assume none of us.
Okay. Well, that's shit. Anyway, good to see you all. I need to head on back. I might be back here later for a job. Looking around, is there like a bounty board around with just like random figures of people that are currently wanted?
Yeah, there's a bounty board that has like a number of different jobs on it. But you see several sort of markers and stuff for members of the mark who have actually put themselves on that job.
Okay. Cool. Just keeping that in mind in case we need to get some cash before we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll head back to the house.
Serenia and Ambrose, you guys have been playing checkers and sleeping for like an hour.
So the
You
whole
need a
point is
sleeping
to
buddy, or
shuffle
do you need-
them across the board.
Yeah, just like as hard as you can. And you
Just
try to
slide
take
them.
out the other person's pieces on the other side.
Checkers doesn't seem like an appropriate name. Are you sure this is like
It's
more
because
shuffle?
it's like checking them off. Like, you know, when you play that sport that I know is popular in your hometown, there's, what is it called?
Shuffleboard.
No, that's not it.
Um,
It's the thing where you hit people real hard and chase a little tiny puck with a stick.
Stadia.
Stadia, yeah. So in Stadia, it's checking when you hit something. So I think that this is based on that.
Checks out.
I
It's
see
weird
what
that they
you did
didn't
there,
make
checks
it
out.
Stadia shaped. It's inspired.
Yeah, it's practically identical, actually.
Interesting. Ambrose,
Yeah.
what are we going to do?
With what?
Our lives.
That's a big question.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to be a good person and leave the world better than how I found it.
Sounds very similar to my goals. I knew I liked you.
Oh, thanks. I knew I liked you too. You're being awful friendly. And I'm not saying that I dislike that you're being awful friendly, but earlier today you were real upset, and I just want to make sure that, you know, this isn't compensating for some big feelings that you're feeling.
You are not the target of my brashness, Ambrose.
I rarely am.
You never will be, darling.
Oh, thanks. But you are welcome to feel your feelings around me. You don't have to hide nothing.
I appreciate that. I'll remember that.
You don't want to talk about it right now?
No,
All right, I respect
but just know you'll always be safe. In my eyes.
Oh, thanks. I feel real safe with you all. I think that you're a real good group of people.
I wonder when they're going to be back. They've been gone a long time.
I'm looking forward to
Ding-a-ling,
getting some
the
of
door
Floyd's
opens.
buns. Ambrose rushes to the door. Honey buns!
Remember, Ambrose, consent when you grab things from people.
I'm not grabbing their honey buns. I will ask. Hi, did you bring honey buns?
Mary comes in, but he's like holding his hat to his chest.
No, we didn't, and we don't have necessarily good news either.
What happened? You guys look like something bad happened.
Lloyd is missing.
I think something bad's happened to him while we've been away.
Is it being taken? Is somebody just snatching up people from Seoul? Cause Ogun's gone. Sorry, Featherman's gone. Now Floyd's gone.
Well, we did find his scrying supplies, and would either of you know how to use it?
What's scrying?
Don't know.
That's a no.
It's on my list of things to learn. Not quite there yet. I haven't had time to study much.
Would you like to learn on the go?
Alright, don't mind.
I mean, I'll give the scrying supplies to Serenia anyway, because they're fucking useless to everyone else. Yeah, I went by his shop and it's dusty and all the food is rotten, so sorry, Ambrose. Didn't bring you anything back, probably would have made you ill. And, checked in at the
Smells
mark.
would be ill.
He's not been there for a while. They got people out there looking for him, but they ain't found him.
Well, at least they're looking.
Yeah, but it's been when I've looked at jobs like this before, when it's been that long, sometimes you just don't find the person.
Maybe he's out there looking for his god or something. You know, those holy types.
On the other side, if we do come across more Cabal and they're wearing masks, the idea is to rip the mask off at all costs.
With their consent.
No, because they
This
can't give
key.
it with the mask on.
They can't what?
They were not given consent to have a mask put on, and the mask makes them do things that they wouldn't normally do. So you
Oh.
have to take it off in order for them to be themselves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Doesn't seem like the Cabal's in Soul. Seems like we got a runaway slave who managed to get away. Sounded pretty bad.
The downside is it causes permanent scarring. The good side is an innocent person is not killed.
So, that's one thing at least ticked off the list.
Now we just have to find somebody that can either teleport us, or maybe we get a boat.
What's a boat gonna do for us on dry land?
You
Yeah.
mentioned getting the boat, so I would ask you that.
We wouldn't be able to take the ship till we're all down south.
Yeah, the closest
We
we
can
could get
go
it
there
from
first.
is Nether
Ashmar.
Seal. Nether Seal, we might be able to go. Oh, that's probably not a port place. I don't fucking know. It's just whenever I see a landmass that's next to a river, I'm like, oh yeah, you can get fucking boats from there.
Boat logic.
Boats.
Netherseal's a bit more inland.
Yeah. So,
Do you know snake oil? Do you know anybody in you know magic real good? Is your hometown at Brightmoor, is that real magical? There are a lot of magic there?
There are some practitioners. We're a little more spread out in our abilities.
Well,
But you know,
we're right near magic school, aren't we?
I believe there's a college in Seoul, yes.
So
I was
we could-
denied entry, so I don't really know. Stopped caring.
I'm sorry to bring up old tapes, but I don't know what a tape is. This is fantasy tape.
Schmape, obviously.
how much
Sorry to bring up old scrolls.
how much money
um,
have we got right now?
I don't know. Count it here.
Serenia pulls out like her 55 gold. Then she's like, I also have like 2 gems, like 95-ish gold each. And then if we're really desperate, I
Before we
mean
get-
really,
Go
I
on.
have 2 gems, 2 diamonds.
I thought that we need to keep those. Weren't we supposed to be keeping those safe? Isn't that how you almost died? We had a diamond on us, and then you didn't die no more.
Yeah. Yeah, let's maybe
Did
not
for
use
just in
those.
cases.
Why don't we
Jackson left me his, thankfully, so
why
there's
don't
at least 2.
why don't we find out how much it would be if we can even get teleported somewhere around there and how much it would be. If not, I say that we hire out like a coach or a wagon or something and I can drive it down and well, I don't sleep, so I can just drive it all night.
We could sell that orb we got from the gatekeeper.
We got an orb? What the fuck?
The arcane orb in the
Isn't it inert now? This is Nikki asking, not Ambrose.
it's the arcane orb in the shadow person room. It was put into a bag of holding.
Isn't it inert now, though? I thought that it would stop being magical. Or am I making that up?
No, my bag stopped being magical while the Book of Time was inside of it.
Okay, but the orb still shoots, zaps things out of it.
You want to take it out and test?
No.
Let's head to the magic place and get a quote for a teleport. This is all moot until we find out.
To the college.
To the college.
Sweet.
College.
Ow. Ow, my hand. Yeah, cool. So who's going to the college, or are you all going?
Can we please stay together this time?
Yeah, I think we
We're all
all. I think
going.
we
Please all
all just
go.
go.
Before we go, Serenia will test putting the lead boxed boxed book of time in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Does it still feel like a bag of holding?
There's a weight in the bag.
It
so-
unmagics it still.
Yeah, I don't think this lead box
Take
is doing
it.
much. Do you want me
Fucking God, guys.
to
What are
carry
we
it?
doing?
Does the lead box fit inside the briefcase so it's less conspicuous?
Does it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Put the.
Just
If the
snug
briefcase
face.
could hold the book before, and the box was made to fit the dimensions of the book, it can probably fit.
I'll just take the rest of my possessions out and put them on the table. My alchemy kit and my violin.
And that's it.
And maybe some like miscellaneous potion bits, but yeah, that's about it. Apparently I have a water skin. Why the fuck do I have a water skin? I can't
Amber,
So
do
you
you
can rust
think you
up
can
them
learn how to play an
joints.
instrument? What kind of instrument could you play? You don't have lips, so a kazoo probably isn't going to work. But you got hands. You got little hands. Maybe we can get you a little piano or an organ or something. What do you think?
Who's it? What?
That's moral.
Oh,
Oh.
moral.
He sort of looks at you and sort of like, and stares at Mary's violin.
You want to learn how to play the violin? We're going to need to get you a much tinier one, but I'll find one for you. I'll find
Oh,
one.
that's so sad. Let me play the world's smallest violin for you.
Just
Go,
looking,
moral, go.
just looking
It's
at
a
moral,
boy.
eyeing up my violin, just slightly moving it away.
No, that's yours. That's yours. We're not going
Mine.
to touch that. We'll find him. We'll find him one that fits him. All right, yeah, like a real wand. You gotta let it choose you.
The bottle. All right, to the college.
College.
Going to college. Mom goes to
Cool.
college.
Which college in particular are you going to?
The magic
Um,
one.
Crazy.
College of Transmutation
Okay.
and or Conjuration.
Okay. On the way there, the first one you approach is the Conjuration School.
Yeah, we'll start there.
Cool. Do all of you go in?
Sure.
I think so. As we go in, because I can, I'm going to cast Aberrance on. Oh, never mind. Wrong spell. Continue on. Ignore me.
I was about to say, I don't think that's a good one. Okay. Yeah, so approaching the School of Conjuration, it's quite a sort of grandiose building. It's made of stone, and it's got this sort of yellow tiled roof. And these sort of blue flames sitting in sconces outside. As well as a couple of statues of mythological beings around it. And as you enter to this like sort of reception area, a lady behind the desk says, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Serena looks awkwardly at everybody else.
Hi, my name's Ambrose. Ambrose Hollybow. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. Are you sure that you're in the right place?
No.
Okay. Are you all here to enroll? And she sort of looks at Mary a bit confused.
No.
No.
We want you to teleport us somewhere, please. Thank you. And how much would it
Oh,
be?
you speak.
We're looking
Of course I
for some
speak. Why
assistance in
wouldn't I
travel.
speak?
No reason. Yes, sorry. Teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a. I understand it's a lot, and it's probably a little bit of money. And she starts to like open her eyes and making them bigger, trying to like utilize her Heart of Darkness background a little bit.
Roll me persuasion.
While Mary's slowly squinting his eyes at her, she's like, "Speak." I'm like,
Does she get advantage on persuasion because we're not
I will
because
give
we're
you.
helping?
Yeah, I'll give you persuasion.
Roll.
I'll give you
I have
advantage. yeah.
disadvantage on persuasion.
So straight roll. Good.
Hey, swaggy. 19.
Yay.
Sweet.
I understand it's expensive, but we're in a desperate time crunch, and I'd really like to get my friends where we need to go as fast as we can, you see.
I think we can probably arrange something. She sort of like keeps on darting back to Mary, who's just like.
mm-hmm.
I apologize. We must introduce ourselves.
Please.
This is.
My name's Ambrose. Ambrose Hollybow.
I know
This is
you
Ambrose.
said.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is my friend Marigold, and she puts her hand on Mary.
Nice to meet you, Marigold.
Marigold, Arstwin, Rudiger, Caliban, to be precise.
I will probably
Brilliant,
not remember
really.
that, but nice to meet you, Marigold.
It's really easy to
Austin, Rudiger,
remember.
Caliban.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Your most
marigold
trusted
like the flower.
companion.
Yes.
Then Mrs. Snaros.
My, you're a tall one. Hi there.
Hello.
Serenia. Charmed.
Nice to meet you.
What does it cost a person to get teleported?
Per person. You must understand that we are a school, first and foremost. We
Yes.
don't typically provide services. However, that being said, we can offer you. Well, it gives our students a chance to
Practice.
learn, and practice. So
Yes.
we can get someone who's more proficient to do it for you. One of the teachers, professors, perhaps. That'll be more expensive, but probably a bit more reliable. Or we can get a student to do it for you. It'll be much cheaper, but
Oh my god.
You walk me through the cost comparison.
I kind of want this
I was like-
student cuts, like, come out of this teleport with no fucking hair and shit.
Can't wait.
I'm kind of interested on the student part, not gonna lie, just for the fucking around and finding out.
What is the cost difference?
it depends on where you're trying to go.
$1 billion gold versus 6 gold.
Looking to go to Brymore.
Okay. For a teleportation spell from someone who's more proficient, we can offer that for 150 gold per head.
Serenia chokes audibly. Continue.
Or, if you are willing to allow a student an opportunity to practice their magic, we can provide that service at 25 gold a head.
Student it is. Unless anyone objects. Ambrose?
So there was just one time that we were on a boat. When we were on the boat, they said it cost a bunch of money, but then we did some work and then it didn't cost so much money. Is there anything that we could do? I'm real good at picking things up and putting things down. Everybody here's got some skills they can bring to the table. But I can imagine there's some things that need to be done around this school, and we can help you get them done for a reduced rate on the more expensive option.
I believe that what we do as a school requires a bit more of a not you touch.
It's understandable. Ambrose,
You don't ever need things moved, like furniture or nothing?
Well, you see, we summon things for that.
Doesn't
You're
that
just
cost
too
you
good
spell
for them.
components and stuff? That sounds real expensive. That's
Well,
wasteful.
it allows our students an opportunity to practice their magics.
Oh, practice.
How much gold did you say we had? Tay?
I have. So Snaros has the 40 left over from your change,
Mhm.
plus whatever she had, whatever Ambrose's has.
Ambrose
I've got 40. I've got 41, plus I have some expendable things to sell.
I mean, it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, we have enough for a BTEC student to send us there, and I kind of... I'm into
let's
it.
get the student.
I really want to go with the student. I
Okay.
really want to fuck around and find out.
I want to see if we just turn back up into Witcherby right in front of the curator, like, there you are. Ah!
I have
That's about
some
time. I've been
things
waiting.
Go to
for
sleep,
my
go to sleep,
home.
go to sleep, go to sleep.
I have some things from my home the student could use. Maybe it would help us get closer.
You know, there are kinds of pigeons that remember where they're from. Maybe there's a student here who's from where you're from, and like a pigeon, can send us there magically, like pigeons do. I don't know how I was connecting them.
I think just going on ahead to the teleportation would be best.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone cough up 25 gold.
Rose gives her the pile and lets her pick 25 out of it.
Snaros.
There it stands
Change?
over the bag.
Perfect. And then, yeah, so she'll take 40 from Mary, 20 from Ambrose, and 40 from herself.
20 from Ambrose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 20 from Ambrose, all of the change from Mary and Snaros, and then insert 40 herself for a total of 100. And she'll put it in one of the spare pouches and put it on the desk nicely.
Thank you. If you would just take a seat, I'll see if we've got anyone available currently.
Make sure it's one of your more studious students who are excited about it and aren't just being pressured in through their ma and pa who don't really care as much, because I prefer to arrive in one piece, thank you.
Very well. And she runs sort of off, and someone else walks in to man the desk. And it takes a couple minutes, but eventually this a student and her come down, and she just says, this is Chrisi, and she is going to be your what is the word?
Mage? Steward?
Something like that.
Practitioner?
Pilot.
Yeah. Send her off
Pilot? Good one, Mary.
Yes, if you would come to one of our practice rooms. And she leads you through a bunch of hallways, and in several rooms you hear the sounds of like magic and swirling, and you hear the sound of roars of monsters and fire, and as all these different spells are being practiced in these rooms. And eventually you come across an empty one where the door's open. And she walks in. Chrisi sort of heads in after her, and she gestures for all of you to enter.
Hi, Chrissy. I'm Ambrose. Ambrose Hollabout. Nice to meet you.
Hi. I thanks for. And she looks at this teacher and says, "Thank you for allowing me to practice."
Of course, darling.
How many times have you done this, Chrissy?
I've read. I did the theory test about 2 weeks ago.
Hang on just 1 second. Anybody else have anything to say? Go ahead, but don't teleport us yet.
So, this is your practical examination then, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Chrissy, I just want to give you some nice, gentle encouragement. Unlike the rest of my fellows here, I'm not made of squish. So if we get cut in half, half of me will claw its way back here to settle my account with you.
That's not.
It's not going to happen, darling.
She's gonna like crouch down to Chrissy's level. She's gonna. Don't mind him. He's not accustomed to how to actually comfort. However, I'm sure you got this. Just make sure you breathe, think on what you want to do, and take your time with it. There's no rush. And perform when you're ready, okay?
That's basically what I said, yeah.
Thank you.
Amber says high five.
I believe
You're
in
going
you.
to
And
do
you got
great.
this.
And you feel a sort of arcane force touch your hand.
No, but like a real one. Can you do a real one real quick?
I can do that too.
I don't have a buzzer in my hand or anything. There's no like trick to it.
I need to prepare.
I got a thing for you though. It helps.
Okay.
High five.
You-
And she casts Fox's Cunning on her. She has advantage on intelligence checks.
Cool.
Oh, good
The
shout.
trinkets of new home.
Good shout.
It was a good shout.
And the receptionist quickly just says, "Now, remember what you have studied, and just you'll be marked accordingly." And she quickly waves her hands twice. One creates a sort of, as all of you are sort of looking at this, one creates a small black orb up on the wall behind Chrissy, which quickly turns invisible. And the second one summons a stone, like a sort of knight made out of stone, to stand in the room. And then as she walks out, the door just closes.
What?
She said, "We need to. We've had. They've had situations where people summon things they couldn't control."
Oh,
You're not summoning nothing. You're sending us away. That seems like a fun thing to prepare for.
It's just a safety thing.
Magic
All right.
can be unpredictable.
Health and safety is very important.
I trust you implicitly, Chrissy. I think you're going to do great.
Okay. Can I get each of you to roll me a d20?
Okay.
3.
Anything?
Just D20.
Oh.
Low rolls only, guys.
Who do you want
Okay.
first?
I've got 3 from Chris, so Callie, what'd you get?
Natural 1.
1. Tay, what'd you get?
19.
Sorry, 19.
Yeah.
Nice.
18.
Oh, thank God.
Ambrose and Serena are going where they need to go.
We're
Mary
getting
and Xanatos, not
damaged.
so much.
Snaris is getting cut in half, and Mary's being sent to the middle of the ocean.
Sinks. Gets to the bottom.
You okay,
Does have
buddy?
to walk now.
Doesn't breathe
Yeah.
yet.
Ribs.
Walk.
I'll make it there eventually.
Alright. Jesus fuck. Alright. Okay. I'm going to do some rolls. Pray.
I'm so glad we went for budget. It's so funny.
It's fucking great.
Alright.
No, but
Budget transportation.
She's got advantage. She's got advantage.
On
This
intelligence
is like
checks.
taking.
Is she a
This is like-
sorcerer? What the fuck is she doing there?
This is like taking like a rickshaw instead of the Uber. Could have paid for an Uber.
No, this is like
No,
taking
it's
the
like getting in a
rusty
train-
old
Are you on the fucking
truck
Paradise
with
Wombat?
taxi spray paint on it.
Yeah, it's getting in the stranger danger van.
Fake taxi versus an actual taxi.
Guys, we're dead.
I can't wait. I'm
Snaros
so
definitely
excited.
is with a
I'm
natural
so
1.
excited.
No, Snaros goes all the way back to Bleak Forge. She rolled a natural 1. She goes complete opposite fucking
Or
direction.
you just stay there on a natural one. It just doesn't work. So we all die. and you're
Snaros
fine.
appears
I'm
in
making
Lucian's
my
throne
way.
room. Where am I?
I'm making my way.
So,
Snaros appears in Lucian's throne room. Oh no.
Chrisi, this young student at the school, has begun she's laying out a bunch of material. She's sort of doing a line. There's placing down a line of ash, and surrounding it with a couple of small stones. And she takes out a wand and a spell book. She flicks through the pages, and then she stops, reads, sort of furrows her brow a bit, and then she flicks back a couple of pages, and then she nods after taking some time to read it. And she puts the book down. The tip of her wand begins glowing with this deep blue energy, and as she points it towards the ashen stones, these stones begin to melt towards the ash, and the ash begins to melt once more, and it spreads out across the floor and shifts and changes into the sigil, which sort of just arcane runes in a circle, and quickly a sort of faint line begins appearing on the ground, and a portal opens, and she sort of looks like she's straining, and suddenly the portal flickers, and shuts. And she looks incredibly disappointed and sad. But she sort of, first she looks disappointed and sad, but then a wave of determination washes over her face. And she tries again. These sigils once again appeared. This portal, now a different color. Before it was this sort of deep blue. It's now a sort of a lighter green. It begins to appear, and it opens up, and this time it looks a lot stronger.
If it's up, I'll jump through.
Serenia would follow through right behind Mary.
Ambrose puts Moral in his coat pocket and kind of wraps him up and then goes through.
Poor Snares goes through. She says, "Thank you, Chrisi. I'm sure you've done wonderfully. Good luck with your studies." And then she gets
Instant
through.
death. Ginsu.
Probably right.
And she'll never know. Chrisi will never know. She thinks she did it good.
Oh, she'll know.
And the portal closes as you all appear in a sort of in the middle of a city. There's buildings sort of all around you. The architecture looks similar to Seoul, but there's a different smell in the air. It's the smell of the sea, and Seoul is not near the sea.
So it can't be
Welcome to
Ichibi
Bramall.
because Ichibi looks like a shanty town, right?
We made it to Brimar.
Yeah, welcome to Bramall.
Yes.
See,
Something went right.
it's not positive stuff that gets you through. It's the fear of failure. That's what you need.
So, everything okay at the party? And Snares looks around at them.
Ambrose's nose is on his chin, but other than that, it's fine.
No, everyone seems to be in one piece. Serenia still has a tentacle, but everyone else is in one piece.
Alright.
Leave my tentacle alone.
Now we go find our mysterious stranger.
That should be easy. We're just looking for a stranger that's, mysterious.
Also mysterious.
I hate this.
What kind of day is it?
It's sort of early night sort of thing.
Maybe should get some rest instead.
That's what I was thinking.
Are we gonna get to meet your family?
Unfortunately, they're not here, Ambrose. It's just me.
Oh, not just you. You got us.
Touche. But no family, no ma, no pa. Just me.
Where are we heading?
This way. And she just walks with, not purpose, because she doesn't want to, go fast. She's kind of, dreading going back home. So it's a slow walk. It's purposeful, though. Taking, a minute to, look around and just making sure things look fairly familiar, fairly the same.
Yeah, so it's all still lots of stone structures. However, this place, Seoul was sort of like a collection, a melting pot of all the different cultures and faiths and stuff like that. This one is very heavily. There's lots of red and banners and ribbons and flags, which depict an anatomically correct heart. As you look around as well, most of the guards are dressed as the children of Metanoia typically do. So they're sort of dressed in the robes, many of them having sort of blades strapped to their wrists as guards.
That's a little on the newer side. It's heavy anyway.
Oh, so it wasn't Metanoia based when you left?
It was starting to be. They started their takeover. It's
Ambrose
called
starts looking around for the twins.
I was going to say,
I don't,
I swear to God, if fucking Preston and Starrick had just stood there. Ah,
for really know when it got this
Oh, hi.
bad.
Oh, hello there.
My name is
Looking
Father
around,
Preston.
looking around, you can't see any of them, either of them. Serena can though. Serena, you can see Preston, sort of just standing there, like on the street, like just leaning up against the wall, just watching.
She doesn't pay him any mind. This way, mine's that one, and she points to one of the bigger houses, not far from where she's standing.
You have so many houses. You got this one. You got the one that used to have a chair in it. You got the one that has a chair in it now. You got a lot of. Got a lot of.
Collect them, apparently. Take your shoes off at the door, please, and that's it.
You, yeah, you make your way through the streets towards your house, and you arrive at your house. It's pretty well the way that you left it, albeit a bit in less repair, a bit dusty.
Digs through her bag, finds the key. It's this one.
And just as you put the key into the hole and unlock the door, you sort of like now sort of getting once again used to the fact that you're back home. Something feels off. Something feels really off. And you think to yourself, was Brimore always this cold? And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Damn it!
It's another fucking associate.
Another associate. We're gonna die. Damn.
It's okay.
I want to know why we rolled D20s.
I'm resistant to cold this time.
I have a potion.
Same.
Mary made me one.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
always resistant to cold. And now I'm resistant to chronic.
I am vulnerable to psychic damage.
So am I.
Y'all are. Spoiler alert.
I mean,
I
technically,
don't want your goddamn choice.
I'm not
Okay.
vulnerable to psychic damage until
Wanna-
Mark comes out. Mary's cancelled out at the minute.
Yeah, he's even.
Well,
Ah!
that was
Great session.
that was some
Wombat.
funny shit. Yeah.
That was
Fantastic.
Fun.
Good one.
Thank you to those of you who followed us and came and crashed chat.
Yes.
It was really super fun meeting all y'all new people.
It was so great. What a good vibe to start off with a raid.
It was
Like,
great.
first thing out the gate. Loved
Yeah,
that.
y'all are great. The place to follow us, if somebody could put the Discord in,
Gotcha.
and our socials, we're at Cast Exposition,
wait,
just about
apparently-
everywhere.
Apparently our link for Discord
Oh,
is
the link
dead.
doesn't work?
Yeah, it's
Get a new
expired.
link.
I put a
Damn
new
it.
one in.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. So if you would like to come hang out with us, we pretty much exclusively hang out on Discord, but occasionally you'll find us on some other things. For instance, our lovely Tay made us a brand new TikTok today. Thanks, Tay.
TikTok.
First time in yours.
Sometimes.
God.
Yeah, forever.
It's been a minute.
Thank you to Wombat, who carried us through one of our more chaotic sessions. Next week, we come back with session 34, 35?
34.
34 of A World's Rebirth, where we are also trying to decide how to deal with gods. We can't fucking get away from gods. So come hang out with us every week on Sunday mornings if you're a US or North American person, and Sunday nights if you're an Australian. And we love you.
Yeah.
Come back and see us sometime.
You guys
Have we
look
updated
thirsty.
the start time?
Okay, so about that, I updated the rotate to reflect our start time when we thought we were gonna bump forward an hour for cryo, and then cryo's like, "JK, I gotta go." Oh no, I have to change it back.
Yeah.
It's going to start at 7 a.m. EST every week.
Ish.
Ish. We're never on time. We're never on
very
time.
ish.
There's always somebody who is needing to cross the street to get a muffin, or we're having technical difficulties.
or
Called out.
we just can't stop talking shit and we don't want to turn on stream while we're talking shit.
We talk shit about each other mostly.
It's only usually like
mostly.
10 minutes, though. It's not like we're crazy behind.
Yeah,
That's
no,
ish.
no,
That's
no,
why,
we're
like
not crazy late.
7:15 ish.
7.
You can go back to saying 7:15 EST and 7:15 AWST now.
But I don't say
It's
7.
time.
Don't say 7:15 to the cast. Say 7:15 to the people who are listening.
Only
Everybody else
7
is 7 o'clock.
It's 6:45 to the cast.
All right, we love you. We appreciate you. Cast you later.
Not
Thanks
me
for
this
being
time,
here.
bitches.